Boop. Hello.
Perfectly on time.
That's us.
Perfectly.
That's us. Yeah, good stuff. Hi, everybody. Sorry for the slight delay. Life happens sometimes, and then also technical difficulties happen sometimes. It's just what it is. But in order to make up for our slight delay, we will skip into the D&D pretty quickly. Usually we do our prompts, and these guys have a prompt, but I will use this prompt when I want to use this prompt. I'm going to spring it on them. They've never heard this prompt. They've heard this prompt. I've told them exactly what it is. But when it becomes relevant,
panicking trying to think of something.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, there you go. I told you. I gave you enough time. We'll bring that up when it becomes relevant. If it becomes relevant. If it doesn't, then you know what the prompt is for next time we play, and there's no problem this week. We'll do a slight recap on what happened last time, and that you guys started with Randall about to fall into a giant pit of potentially spikes, and then, fortunately, due to the actions of Nerily and Nugget, both winged folk came and swooped in and saved your ass, and pressing some buttons to stop the falling death pit managed to put you back in a position where you could escape this tomb, and you did so. You did so with Ansia in the body of what's his name?
Albert
Humperdinck.
Poor Albert.
Good work, team. Glad you're taking notes. That was a test. So it turns out Ansia had possessed Albert in an attempt to get some of their stuff back, since you looted their tomb, but also as a way to, having control of someone's body is pretty neat. You can do all sorts of stuff when you've got a body compared to not having a body. And they've been dead for centuries. There's a lot of time where you can't really do a lot of stuff, So we've got that. You then came out of the tomb along with Ansia in the body of Albert, who'd nabbed all of their things from you, including the ring, the diamond necklace, and the journal. And you also noticed that the giant graveyard angel you were expecting to interact with, the huge beast that had rows and rows of tombstones as part of its being, that spoke in kind of crunching tones of gravel and divinity, had been placated somehow. It is a mystery to some, but not to Nerily, who managed to read scrawled handwriting in feathered ink that said something to the effect of "Be more careful, Seraphina." Though we've not heard anything else about what that was about. So I don't know. We've got to. I'm thinking of some prompts. Then a couple steps later, whilst you've got this mechanoid clone that you'd stolen, thanks to Haiku, tied up and bound, still whirring and whizzing, trying to escape you, you spoke to Ansia in the body of Albert, who said, "You know what? I'm just going to stay here under the guise of Albert still. I'm just going to stay here. This is a fun place to be. I want to poke around this tomb a little bit more. It was a riot, getting almost killed multiple times." You guys, having noticed that his satchel was a little bit full and that he was acting a little bit strangely, you're thinking, what's going on over here? And Oro, putting up with no shit and generally not really liking Albert very much, kind of cut to the chase. What the fuck's going on here? And it was revealed that Ansia had taken over Albert's body, possession by ghost. And as you found that out, you heard the little voice of Grace Vibes.
Sorry, Tom, I need to interrupt you because not everyone has the sound alerts thing
I haven't
open.
got the sound alert things.
By that I meant you specifically didn't have an action here. But Kawaii, thank you for the 100 bits and playing not sexual in any way.
Oh, I'm so
Which Tom
sorry I
didn't
missed
hear.
that. I'm so sorry. I'll open that right now. I'm so
Thank you,
sorry.
Kawaii.
Firefox is what I'm using for this one because Chrome doesn't seem to like it.
Which is weird.
It'll open eventually.
Did you hear that one, Jack?
Yeah. Surprisingly enough.
Nice.
Wow.
First time.
Can you do a tester for me?
Sure. Give me a memento.
Okay. How about 2 mementos? I'll give you 2 mementos.
I'll take it.
That was you.
What a deal. I'm in danger. Got it. Let's go. I'm so sorry to have missed that one. Very generous of you, Kawaifu. How are you doing, by the way? How are you all doing? It's nice to see you, Noko and Adam and Fobs and Kawaifu. Jackson chat. Wow, that guy. Grace is there. Hi. Malcolm
Jack's
here.
always here.
Wow.
What a
Umbo's
prick.
here. How's it going, guys? Running a little bit behind today, so we're trying to speed through the intro. But yes, Grace Vibe is the person whose entire life seems to be based around cleaning gravestones, you know, like that really satisfying TikTok lady, is just poked their head around the corner like, oh my god, what's going on here? Are you attacking this guy? Since you're all trying to pin down Ansia, if you recall correctly. Oh, sorry, have successfully pinned down Ansia.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wait, the
Ansia
robot?
/ Albert.
Okay, Albert, yeah.
Right, so we start today's session with Grace. Guys, what is going on?
Just adventure things, you know.
Is this not your friend? He was here before. He had, you know, those unsettling vibes.
Well, now he has completely different vibes.
Do you think his vibes are the same?
Oh my god, those vibes are terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel unwell.
Oh.
God.
There's been a shift in your dynamic. I'm confused by it.
I can't remember how we ended last session. Did we? It was just we didn't. Did we realize that it was?
Yes. So
Mhm.
you've
You have,
restrained.
like, your knife against.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you went full angry gobbo.
Okay. Yeah. We realized.
You and Nugget pinned down Ansia / Albert.
Answer bird.
Wait, didn't I drop the immovable rod on him?
You
Oh,
did.
yeah, that too.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Yeah, that also.
Not overkill.
Nah, not at all. They're a hippo.
True.
It's true. It's like the most dangerous animal ever.
Well, they're down on the floor now.
We think that maybe, well, we pretty much know that a spirit seems to have, well, I don't know. I guess taken him over. Do you know how to get rid of those by any chance, since you can talk to them?
Are you saying that there's a ghost inside your friend?
Yes.
Mm.
Acquaintance.
That is terrible. Acquaintance. Oh my god, that is terrible. Oh man, that's such a bad thing to have happened to someone. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. What a crazy world that can happen to people. That's crazy.
Do you know what we can do about it?
I mean, let me rack my brain. I think maybe I have an idea that you can I can do like this really expanded, complicated ritual.
Okay.
I can do it. And you know what? I'll do it for free. But I need one condition from you guys.
Okay.
What's that?
I need you to help me with these quests these ghosts gave me. You ran away whilst I was talking about them last time. You think I was joking?
Well, there
These
were
ghosts bother me all the time.
Why don't you
There
do
were
that
those-
ritual for all of these ghosts?
Well, it's a different ritual.
Okay.
I think we left after the grave robbers, really. It wasn't like we walked away in the middle of you talking exactly.
It was kind of. I don't know if you.
I know
as a
she's trying
player,
to like.
Yeah, yeah. Just to clarify that that's your position as a player character, not a player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, you guys were distracted. I get that all the time. But I've got so many ghosts that need help. How about you help my ghosts? Then I'll help your ghost.
How long was the
Your
how long's the
stinky,
ritual
gross
take?
ghost. It's stinky and gross.
How long does your ritual take?
Oh my god, it's just so complicated. It's gonna take me hours to prepare for it. So I can like give you a list, and you can just like spend your day doing my quests, my ghost friends quests, and then I'll spend all that time preparing.
What's on the quest list?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Flip. She's got a notebook with the entire list. It's like whenever you play an RPG game and you open the side quests tab and you've been going around for quite some time and you kind of forgot that you've been picking up all the quests that you've seen, and it's just a long ass list of exclamation marks and question marks. Some of them are vastly under your level, and every single one on this list is like level 1. So we've got a list, and what we're going to do is I'm going to read out some of these quests, and if anyone in chat would like to contribute some of these quests, then you guys can dole some of them out, and you are going to, describe to me how you do some of these quests, and we're going to have some fun with that. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to read out some of the ones that I've got pre-prepared. If anyone else would like to contribute, what we are doing right now is we are generating stupid, tiny quests, little baby ones, that people who are dead, ghosts, would give as a way to settle their whatever's holding them to this plane of existence. Okay, so I've got a couple of some examples. One ghost would like their bones to be played like a xylophone.
Okay.
One person has said, my gravestone is back to front. Someone has graffitied another tombstone, and instead of saying filthus bull, it says filthus butt, which they're very unhappy with.
Great.
Filthus butt. Spelt Filthis. Someone else has complained that flowers were supposed to be placed on their grave every single day, and they haven't had any flowers on their grave for 200 years. Outrageous. Someone else has said that their partner cheated on them and never felt any remorse. They need them to be sorry.
Okay.
Someone else has said, my partner's not allowed to get... my partner can't get over the fact that I'm not sorry for cheating on her. It was a love circle. Someone else has said that they always wanted to fly before they died.
Okay.
And someone else has said that they didn't get to do their last performance before they died. They were a mime artist.
Okay.
Very sad. So they would like to experience another mime artist display.
Okay.
Okay. Those therapists would make a killing here. Generating baby quests, it takes 9 months to complete. Yeah, we're doing a montage. Motherfucking montage.
The Ghost Quest montage.
All right, what do we got? We got pay Fergus the Third's rent back because he owes his landlord Xylobone. One ghost is bored of seeing the sunrise and wants to be turned around to see the sunset. I like that a lot. That's really good. Okay, we're definitely doing that one.
Yeah, that one's really good. I like that a lot too.
Do you have an inspiration point, Dogs? Because you'll get one for that.
No, because I've been using lots of
There
these.
you go.
Hey.
Inspiration point for coming up with a good quest. One ghost doesn't believe in monsters. They need proof that there are monsters. So I think I really want to endanger my player characters after they've got no spell slots and no health left. One
Agree.
ghost needs someone to feed their pet mimic, but they don't know where they put it. They put it in the tomb that these guys have just cleaned out
Aw.
and murdered all of the mimics. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. So please pick a couple of those each.
Okay.
We've got a couple of extra ones, I suppose, in there somewhere, but those are a little bit. Someone's spelled their surname incorrectly. The surname is Liloden, not Lelouan.
I feel like that might be a Randall job.
Yeah.
Do some
Correcting names.
calligraphy,
Yeah, all right.
stone
Okay.
calligraphy.
I
Anyone
will
else, any got anything?
I'll convince the ghost to express remorse, and I will, if it's graffiti on the fill this butt, then I can prestidigitation that. So I'll do those two.
Okay.
It should be Filthy Butt. My name is Filthy Butt.
I would like to patent the xylophone. That's okay.
You want to do the xylophone, so
Yeah.
you want to patent it. You don't want to do that quest.
Well, no, I
You just
want to do it as
patent
well, obviously, but
Oh, I see. Okay, right.
This
okay.
is good chance to practice like ethically on like organizing the ribs in such a way,
Sure.
it's hard to find someone who wants it to be done.
I think the closest the closest patent office might be a little while away.
Ooh, are
Maybe
there
we'll
flowers?
find one on your trip towards Walloon if you're going that direction.
Mhm. Are there flowers nearby that I could pick for that person too?
There are wildflowers growing in
Okay.
the graveyard.
Since I feel like graffiti and flowers are fast, if there's enough that everybody else will have time to do them, then those would be two that would be really quick to do
Sure.
as well.
Hold on a moment. This is like Claptrap's list of 7-year-old side quests. I'd completely forgotten it. Is that Borderlands 2 in Sanctuary?
That's 3.
I'd completely. Oh, is it 3? I think there's one. Oh no, there's one in Borderlands 2 where he's got like a birthday party or something, and he asks you to do like all these tiny little things,
Yeah.
which I absolutely never did. I promise you that I didn't steal that from Claptrap's side quest list, but I should have. That would have been much easier than coming up with all of these on my own.
I think
One
these were
ghost has
lovely.
complained that their flowers are red and yellow, not yellow and red. I like that. A ghost who pioneered the vision ability of sensing bones is looking for adventurers who have done the same thing for damages. Bono, yeah, they've got Bono vision, not Bonar vision. Very upset. Ethically sourced rib bones. All right. What else we got going? Who's doing other quests?
I can do me and Nugget can do the flying one and the mime performance, perhaps.
I was thinking maybe we get Randall to do that.
Oh, yeah, I probably should. I forgot that.
Oh yeah, you do that.
But you know what?
But-
Any good mime artist would do it with 2 mimes, not 1.
Hey,
There you go.
double the mime.
Because it's got 2 parts in it, does it? Mine.
Huh? Yeah, sure.
Mine.
This particular performance, the one that they want to get done, is a very well-known mime act
Oh,
that they want to see. It's a classic,
right,
Okay.
but it's a duet. It's a duet.
right.
It requires
we'll do
2
that.
artistes.
And all that remains is the remains.
And then I'll dig a new grave, I guess.
Dig a new grave.
Because one of the ghosts wants to be turned around. He's a whole new grave dug.
All right, so you've chosen your quests. You now need to describe to me how your character performed, how you complete those quests in particular. For example, Oro wants to help one person fly, but I'll note they are a ghost, so they can already fly. What are you going to do? Because they want to be flown.
The idea had Nugget involved in it, so could the ghost get onto Nugget?
You could
Is that-
absolutely. You could convince them that they are riding Nugget.
Yes.
Yeah, if that's what you'd like to do,
Mhm.
and then have Nugget fly them around.
Yeah, I'll be there too. But yeah.
Sure. Will you be on the back of Nugget at the same time?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. In which case, we're getting flown around by Nugget for one of the ghosts.
A whole new world starts playing in the background. And it's
What else we got? Who's doing their quest and how?
I'm correcting the spelling right of someone's name
Mhm.
on a gravestone. Was mostly just about matching the font so that it looks like it fits. I'm working out how to change what letters are there into the ones I need them to be, or fit another letter in.
Okie dokie. And you got to do the mime performance with Oro.
So once we've done that, I'll probably head over to the mime one, and hopefully Aura is done.
Mhm.
We'll have to discuss what parts there are.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm going to want you
Famous.
to describe to me
Yeah, I
what
know you are,
mime.
that's why I'm stalling for time.
Okay, in which case, Haiku, please tell me about the quest you're doing.
Well, I'm going to go up and dig up the bones and carefully arrange them into a xylophone. Maybe bits of twine so it stands up, and using other bones as they're just sticks.
Yeah.
They're just sticks
Yeah.
you hit it with. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sticks or mallets?
Mellets or mallets?
Mallets.
Mallets.
We'll go on mallets.
Sure.
Yeah. Just arrange it into a xylophone looking like thing.
All right. Okay. Are you then going to play the xylophone?
Oh, obviously, yeah.
Do you think that is Haiku proficient with the xylophone?
No, not at all.
Not even remotely. Is Haiku a good musician with any other instruments?
No, not really. But they could use the telekinetic ability to play with 3 different mallets at once.
Whoa!
So the whimsy of a third mallet makes up for the lack of musical talent.
I like that. Good answer.
You could also put 2 mallets in each hand and have a third one going, because that's a mallet technique.
Oh, that's 6 mallets. Is there enough bones for 6 mallets?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Sure.
I mean, there's a rib on each side, right?
There's a rib
There's
on
only
each
4 of them.
side.
We don't know if this is a human body though, do we?
true.
Well, that's true.
Might be a snake.
And there's
Excellent.
probably more.
Just pop back into the to grab the bone snake's remains. Got some extra bones there. There you go. Dig up the person next to them. Use them
Yellow
instead.
notes.
Okay, excellent. So do you think that you do a good job, or do you think it's? Do you want to roll for it? You can roll for it if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll.
Give me a
for it.
performance check.
1d4 per mallet used.
Performance check, and there's not a bard in the party. I'm confused. Kidding.
Because other people can step into the light now that there isn't a bard.
Oh, no.
Or not.
Well, I mean, surely.
Tinkering all night.
Tinkering all night.
Tinkering.
That's actually perfect. That's genuinely perfect.
Yeah, it was.
That is really very, very good.
Thank you, Roy.
There are some sound alerts that you listen to and you're like, that's a good sound alert, but when will that ever be like perfectly timed? Like when will anyone be able to use that?
Right now.
There's always a
Perfect.
time. Eventually.
Amazing.
It's the
Amazing.
only use it'll ever get.
Haiku could channel the Ewoks from Return of the Jedi to play bone songs because the Ewoks definitely serve dead stormtroopers to the rebels 100%. Oh, okay.
The
right.
ghost did not say their bones had been played well, so
That's true.
technically
That's true.
the
I
quiz
was
is
just
complete.
more for flavor and for context. I wanted to know how well Haiku had done it. The quest's complete. It's just you are visited by the apparition of a ghost that waits patiently and looks at their remains as you play them with the xylophone, and you just see them grimace.
As they fade away.
They fade away into oblivion. Perhaps they go to their version of whatever afterlife they are going towards, and they're just.
It's this scene that is stuck with them for all of eternity.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the joy of finally being released from being trapped to their bones in an old graveyard, surrounded only by their peers who are assholes. Don't see that happy smile on their face. You just see,
They've all been repulsed so much that they've been forced to pass on.
Exactly. Yeah, you've just disappointed them with your terrible, terrible xylophone playing. Did the
Not
rest
like
of
a
you take a
mallet.
pause?
Which, remember, I'm not playing live.
In fact, it's more of it's a cacophony simply because there are just too many drumsticks that are involved, too many mallets. It's outrageous.
Thank you, Kauai.
That was a
100 bits.
It was perfect too.
Oh no, you played it. I didn't get the sample.
It
there.
said,
What are you
"Remember,
playing?
I'm not playing a bard." It was so perfect that you didn't even realize it wasn't me saying it in
Yeah.
that moment.
Slid in.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus. Okay. Damn, that is perfect. What a moment. Jesus. I'm very happy that that we've got a bard in our party somehow, somewhere. Very good. You bomb, absolutely bomb. Does anyone else witness this? Do you take a moment of pause in your questing?
I feel like the first thing I did was to go gather wildflowers, so I probably am still on my way back from gathering wildflowers.
I don't want to say dogs. Was me and Randall practicing our mime technique briefly beforehand. We maybe listened to it and they're just like.
It's just like the first note, just like, oh, no, that's not all right.
It just turns out, and now this is down to contextually, perhaps just this is a haiku on a question to answer. But is it that you are really, really terrible and just do poorly, or is it because bones just aren't made to be played like xylophones?
In Haiku's head, it will be they've done poorly, I think.
Right. Okay.
Because I reckon with enough time you could make anything sound like a xylophone.
I think you could definitely make bones sound like a xylophone, but I wanted to see what Haiku thought about that. Okay. Haiku now needs to multiclass into Bard. Oh my god. You got to bring the bones with you as a xylophone creation.
Could they go on the shell?
They're going on the shell. You've got to find some way to fasten them all together so they're properly lined up all the time.
Could have them swing round while I walk. If I can play them while I walk, just irritate everyone.
Oh my god. As time goes, the next
Wind
level up
chime.
you get goes into Bard, and that's when you are suddenly proficient with the xylophone. That's where you get xylophone.
One
Your
level of
chosen
bad
instrument.
just for the xylophone. and
I
then
love the
I'll-
idea that also you find yourself with this xylophone that you're amazing with, and then one day you encounter a xylophone and you're just dumbstruck and you can't play it at all. You've got no idea because you're not proficient with it at all. You can take some guesses, but it doesn't sound as good as when you're on your xylophone.
There's a song that literally I never thought would be like evoked from me in my brain like compulsively during a session of D&D, but it specifically is them bones and bones so far from home. And I'm like, really? Here we are right now, like in this moment.
in this moment.
Traveling
And that
away
didn't
with the
happen with the
xylophone.
bone tree. That didn't happen with the bone tree. It's the xylophone.
Because they didn't go anywhere. They weren't far from home. That's where they existed, right? So these are specifically, if he were to leave with them, they were to leave with them. Then
Oh, I see. That's where your
Yeah.
mind went. Okay. Bones make good wind chimes, though. Oh, casual bit of knowledge there.
you can make flutes out of bones too.
Unless you are Ewoks and have taken levels in eating your foes and playing music on their bones. Now I want to play a bard that's part of a kobold tribe that assembles their instrument from bones of their fallen enemy. I love the idea of this. Xylobone. Yeah, it's been patented by Haiku.
That's
Very
mine,
good.
Emperor. Hands off.
Right, okay, so that's one of your quests. Did you have another quest that you'd picked up?
No, but the docs mentioned about like digging a new grave. Sorry, Randall mentioned about digging a new grave.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'd
There's
probably end up
two.
helping with that.
Yeah, there's two
Sure,
of those
okay.
that need.
Mhm.
There's two. Oh, no.
So someone's gravestone is back to front,
Oh, right.
and
I
also
thought it was
you
we turned
wanted
the
to.
gravestone around.
Yeah. Whereas you wanted to you wanted to dig someone up and move them so that they could see the sunset instead of the sunrise,
Yeah.
or vice versa. Okay, very, very good. Nearly, what quests are you doing and in what fashion?
So she's gonna first she'll go and she'll prestidigitation away the graffiti.
Mhm.
And that's pretty straightforward and simple. And then she'll go out and gather up all the like pretty wildflowers in the area and try to arrange them nicely into a little bouquet. And take them to the grave that wanted flowers on their grave. And dang, if she had like fake flowers, she could leave them there, and then there would always be flowers on that grave. But oh well. And then she'll go and try to have like a conversation with the one that was like not remorseful, and her idea would not be to tell them
Maybe I
necessarily
just
that like
shoot one little sacred flame in there.
one little sacred flame.
Just one.
Maybe
We all have
shoot
time
just
telling the
one little
difference.
sacred flame at this ghost if you don't have remorse. No, I think what she would do is like kind of roll her eyes at the love circle thing for a second, and then instead of being like, well, you did something wrong and you should feel bad, it's more like, okay, so I understand that within this practice, like that was something that was common, but you still should have asked. And so you don't have to feel like you intentionally went out to do something with the idea of hurting them, but you have to accept the fact that a choice that you made hurt them. And that that is something that you can accept as sort of like a sequence of events rather than like a reflection of your character.
Sure.
And see
What I
if
would
they
like you to
take
do is to roll persuasion with advantage, because I think that's just good advice for everyone. You know, you can absorb a little bit of Katie influence there.
Natural
There we
20.
go. Only 29.
Oh,
Blimey.
Trombone.
Hey,
Trombone is excellent.
Trombone.
Trombone.
How much that's tickled Docs.
Aren't we going to kill a dragon at some point? I'd have a big enough bone for a trombone. This is a whole new thing we've discovered here.
So
I'm big into
Moonlight
this.
Gig, the completionists.
There we go.
I DM'd a campaign where I had a high level necromancy wizard who would like summon like skeletons, and he went out and had instruments made for all of them, and he called them the Skelly Boys. So like you're gonna have to make the bone instruments for the Skelly Boys band. The Skelly Boys and bones, Skelly Boys and trombones and stuff like that. Oh my god, that's perfect.
Tie that lore in.
Mhm.
When you retire, it's just you making bone instruments for the rest of your days. Okay, so you successfully persuade this particular angsty spirit that actually, yes, maybe it's not so much about, you know, what they did, but it's how they did it, and, you know, making sure to find consent from their partner from doing stuff like this, and all these other very valuable insights that we had. And of the oboe.
As an
Oh, so
oboist,
good.
that one makes me particularly happy.
And you see them kind of you're kind of mid conversation as they explain, oh, I can see where you're coming from, blah, blah, blah. They are talking to you about their revelation that you've helped them achieve, as they kind of disappear into just a gentle gust of wind kind of blows them apart. And you can see that they kind of have a look of realization on their face, and that stays there just for a moment as they are sent into oblivion. All right. Well, after an afternoon, most of your evening, even of pottering around doing quests, you find yourself.
Still have a mine to do.
Sorry.
We still have the mine to do.
Oh yes, you still have the mime to do. Oh, I'm so very glad that you brought that up.
Well, that's because I thought of something for it now.
Well, I want to hear it.
So the piece is entitled "Joke in the Box," and it's a very famous two-part mime act where one person plays the part of a Jack in the Box, and the other person plays the part of someone who is using the Jack in the Box. But every time, like, you wind it up and it doesn't do anything, and then like they turn around, they walk away from it, and suddenly it like pops out, and it's like, yeah. And then they turn around and it goes back in, and then they wind it again. And it's just like, you know.
That is excellent. I
Very
wish that I
insightful.
hadn't given you inspiration before, so I could have given you inspiration now for that, because that was really good. I like that a lot. Well done, Docs. Wow, way to put a player on the spot to come up with something, and they just blow it out of the park every time. DMing is about making your players DM instead of you. So I've been tinkering with the idea of maybe running some like DM games paid for on a website that I'm not going to advertise because I don't know anything about it yet, really. Tinkering with the idea of thinking maybe picking up some old quests and stuff and redesigning them. Definitely should put that in my bio when I'm trying to sell myself as a DM.
Yep.
I don't DM, you do all the work.
I'm merely there.
I occasionally roll some dice. There you go. Why are we hearing this and Doc's not miming it?
No.
You're asking too much now.
Yeah, that's too much.
He can't get an inspiration point for it. He's not going to do it.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. That's a
Remember
fair
when
point.
docs complain about not getting any inspiration?
But this is what always happens. It's like you get one and then they all come at once.
Like buses.
Yeah.
It's like buses. Okay. Brilliant. I love it. Would you like to roll performance checks to see? I mean, actually, we don't need one for Docs, for Randall.
Perfect. But
Randall
we need to decide
gets
which part
a-
we're playing.
Go on then, tell me. Yeah.
Which part would you like to play, Ori?
Roll dice for it.
Sure.
Instead of I'm just rolling dice for making my own decisions. 1 is me, 2 is you. You can roll it.
As the Jack in the Box.
Yeah. 1. Yeah. Okay, you are in the Jack and Box.
Okay.
The lead role. I want a gif of Doc trying to get a Jack in the Box.
Roleplay is kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. So clever. Okay. That's clever. Right. Well, unsurprisingly, Oro, having been a performer for a good portion of her life, takes to mime, though having never done mime really, takes to mime very easily, like a duck to water. Just gets it. Perhaps having seen plenty of mime artists at the circus, perhaps being in such close proximity to such a masterful mime is what gave you, the confidence, the skill set. But here you are. You two knock it out the park. Are you guys done with your quests watching this act? Or are you still... Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh,
Would you
absolutely.
Would you like to tell me how your characters feel about the incredible performance? Objectively, it's amazing. Subjectively, how do your characters feel?
I think it's the first time. So Nurali has only really been exposed to miming via Randall, and it's always very clear because of the enhanced ability, right? And so this is the first time she's experienced a double mime act and been able to watch a professional mime react to it. So I think the whole thing's pretty delightful to her because it's completely new, and it's kind of like getting to watch a little silent theater show. And she's keenly interested in the response from the ghost too, just because she doesn't really know what makes a good mime performance. And so I think for her, feeling pretty delighted in it and seeing that they are enjoying it too, is something that's fun for her.
How about Haiku? How did you react?
Slightly mesmerized by the movements. They were originally going to try and play a bit of xylophone to the mime, but upon watching it, very quickly realized that it's powerful enough without any music.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
So wise, so insightful. That Haiku. Okay, all right, fantastic. Well, you watch this incredible piece of art, performance, just amazing, and so does the previous mime artist, and perhaps even the previous owner of the walking stick that you use. Oh no, it's a mystery. As they watch, they've clearly at some point communicated their desire to see a mime performance somehow to Grace. But they don't speak to you. They mime their joy, their happiness. as they just gesture to you how incredible that was. Wow, just as they kind of just disappear.
Single bow.
And you know what?
What?
Oh, do I do this?
Do
Yeah,
it.
I do. I do this. I do this.
Is it a nice looking house?
You notice that your walking stick, there is a knot at the top of it, as it's made of a strong magical wood that now starts to glow very slightly in a ghostly, ethereal silver. The walking stick is now +2.
Ooh. Sick.
That's cool.
Ghost help.
Ghosts are the best.
We love ghosts in this house.
+2 to
+2 to what? Randall doesn't know, but we know. He's now a +2 weapon.
Sick.
It goes for both
Do I
attack
get that
rolls and
immediately, or
damage
do I need
rolls.
to, like-
No, that goes immediately. Whether or not Randall notices immediately is down to you.
I'm sure he notices it's obviously changed, but maybe doesn't know
Sure.
quite how it's changed yet.
Sure. So that is +2 to damage rolls and to attack rolls, but only for the walking stick attacks, not any of the following attacks that you do with your unarmed strikes, etc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, fantastic. Let's have fun with upgrading old weapons instead of replacing them. Sustainability. All right. Okay.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah.
So you guys content with your quests? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So you spend your afternoon, consolidating your quest list, completing some of those side quests. There's mini baby side quests that have been left but to you by Grace, and you find your way back to her, and the party is reconciled, and you see her kind of sat down on the floor a little while away from Albert and the mechanoid that you'd kind of left in her care. They're there, they're tied up, but she's put some distance because they were making too much noise. And she's laid out some of her belongings on the floor. She has a small cloth that she's placed. She's got some kind of lavender and some other herbs and spices in small
And all things
bowls,
nice.
pestle mortar to one side, some incense that's burning. You can see there are a couple of pages open and they are all blank. You can see that she has a Ouija board, though it's not been touched as far as you can see. It just looks like it's kind of ornamental more than anything. And you can see that she's still mostly in the exact same attire that you saw her in last time. She's got this kind of mottled grey, brown, and green attire of this big apron that she has on top of her big deep pockets that she's sewn on herself. This ginger hair that she's got tied back with white streaks through it. And it looks as if she's kind of laid all this out for your benefit, because who's got the highest perception skill? No, who has proficiency in perception?
I do.
I think I had the one. Is there something after proficiency?
Oh, expertise. You got the expertise in it.
I'm sure that was
Yes,
a
we did.
thing
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
you
We
changed passive perception.
Yeah, we homebrewed that because I don't like passive perception. Fantastic. In which case, you three see that as you arrive upon the scene, what she's done is she's perched herself in front of quite a large tomb that still needed cleaning. It's more of a big kind of sarcophagus vault sort of thing on the top of the just on ground level. And she's kind of perched herself or planted herself in front of it. She's arranged all this stuff in quite a nice, aesthetically pleasing manner. And she'd kind of actually just been kind of scrubbing the grave behind her, waiting for you guys to arrive. It clearly, to you guys at least, looks like she's been done preparing for a long time.
Mhm.
Not to Randall. Randall's got no idea.
Ah. Wow, this must have taken so long to prepare.
Oh my god, it's so much work. I should charge really like loads for this work I'm doing, but I'm doing it for free for you guys because you're so nice. Your vibes are so. I mean, they're not that. They're good, not that. I'm just getting. I had to move away because I was getting sick from just the anxiety vibes I was getting.
Mm.
Whomever's in that body is. Oh, they need to. They just need to.
Get out.
They do really bad.
Mhm.
I
Really
think I
bad.
actually understand what you mean now. I've learned so much about miming.
Hi, Nick. Very glad that you arrived to me doing that voice. He said that it isn't free, but based on a barter system. I mean, yes, correct, I suppose.
The thing I wasn't going to say out loud.
It's okay. Regardless, she's like, oh my god, I think this is a fair trade, fair barter. Oh my god, do you agree? Are we all on the same page?
Yeah.
I'm interested
Now-
to see you pursue the ritual.
Oh, I'm so ready. I'm gonna finish casting the spell I've been preparing all afternoon. Habadabamana, Sibidi-zoopap. I'm ready. Bring me the vessel that is got the ghost in it.
Okay.
Unto me, before me here, on this mortal plane. I will remove the ghost. Bring him over, please.
Alright.
To be like drag Albert over closer.
Yeah. Play his arm.
I should probably do it.
Yeah.
Take the rod off.
Yeah.
And then when he's in position,
Limb each.
drop it again.
Okay. She's just making stupid gestures and that kind of stuff. It's like, and she kind of leans over to Haiku and says, "Your xylophone was amazing. Could you be playing that like right now for like atmosphere?"
Give me a second just to set it up.
Okay, I'll fill for time.
Thank you.
Skibidi booba! Oh my gosh! She's just flailing around. Does Haiku get their xylophone out and start bibbidi boop bopping?
Xylobone.
Xylophone, I apologize. Yeah.
Yeah. They get it out. They get
Yeah,
it set up in front of them. Slightly
Yeah.
curved so something goes around them.
What are they beep bopping?
Nobody knows.
Which give it a name?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, are you going? What kind
It's
of?
just twinkle twinkle little star. It's very
Yeah.
obvious.
What kind of vibe are you going for with the music? Are you going
Very
like
had a little
spooky? Are
lamb.
you going jazzy? Are you going?
Well, Haiku's fencing very a fairly chill, open, free vibe. So it's just a bit of imagine what's it called? Is it scat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, but in xylobone form.
Wow.
Right. Okay. So that is that's like
Scatting.
scatting. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's exactly what she's. That's exactly what she's doing. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So she's like shaking her arms around at this point. And she's just being. Can we give some insight rolls here on whether or not you think this is legit?
Can I purposefully fail that? Do I have to do an insight roll?
No, if you want to fail it, you can
Okay.
fail it.
I think
I
Randall
I
is-
love
like,
that.
It's been a long day, and I think Randall's just completely caught up in this like completely
Yeah.
new ritual. I don't think he's
Sure.
probably ever seen an actual ritual happen. So this,
Sure,
this matches what it says in the stories.
Yeah,
Like, there's the
100%.
incense, there's the book, there's the
Brilliant.
hubbity hubbida.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is xylobone.
the xylophone. That's funny.
Okay.
That's not documented in most of the stories. It's like a critical part of the whole deal.
So as was afforded to Dox and Randall, you have the opportunity to fail this purposefully if you would like. For those who have already rolled their dice, mostly I'm speaking here to Neurally. Oh, is that one of those insight rolls for Nugget?
The second one is Nugget.
Okay.
I just thought it might be funny if he passed it, but it didn't matter.
That's a fair point. Haiku and Neurally, if you'd like to purposely fail, you're welcome to purposely fail.
I think Neuralee was watching with the intent to learn, and so she wouldn't end up failing because she's like,
Sure.
okay, like I would like to learn how to do this, and after a while, it's like,
Sure.
Hmm.
Okay. So.
but she's not gonna like convey that. She's just gonna keep
Okay.
watching.
How about Haiku?
I'm gonna view a crit roll of Haiku being fully into it, considering they've got the Violet burn out.
Sure. Yeah. That's yeah. Okay. Absolutely.
Don't
I'm
mind.
okay with that. Okay. Right. In which case, it's like, why roll the dice? Why roll the dice, Tom? We just decided the outcomes ourselves. It's fine. We're having fun. I don't care. So what we're going to do is we're going to say that essentially for Neuralee, you are fully concentrated on the magical intent behind this and whether or not this is a magical phenomenon you're experiencing. From what you can tell, 90% of what she's doing is not magical. But as she's flailing her arms around, she's flailing and she's getting ready to do something. She goes, "Wah!" And from the body of Albert, you just see this ethereal spirit just get shunted from one side out of the other and just floating there for a moment before fully being just strapped from the body. It floats there and just goes, fuck, and just kind of disappears into an ethereal plane. And you no longer are in the presence of Ansia. Albert, however, falls unconscious.
Oh.
Can everyone roll perception checks for me, please? Again, unless you prefer to fail them purposefully.
I don't
With a
think
plus
Randall's
10,
gonna-
damn.
I don't think Randall's in a position to be like
Okay, absolutely.
looking out for stuff. It's just like, what did I just see?
Okay.
Nugget rolled a 20 perception, by the way.
Yeah. Damn, look at these high rolls. Jesus, we got such perceptive people in our party. Okay, so Neuralee, Nugget, and Haiku, you notice that during this kind of movement that she made, she grabbed one of her water bottles that she had in one of her pouches, flung it forward, and squirted in the face of Albert before swinging it back in a very high-speed sleight of hand trick. It's a very small little bottle that's kind of hand-sized that you could see a holster, essentially, that due to the kind of flowy garb that she's wearing was almost kind of tucked into her sleeve. She just moved this as she was trying to be dramatic. So for those of you who were watching and noticed that she'd probably been prepared for quite some time, so that's everyone apart from Randall, you suspect that the entirety of this was focused around that bottle and that she's had that prepared since the beginning of this.
She's been doing that the whole time. 3 hours.
She's that bottle. That's exactly what has ejected Ansia's spirit from Albert's body. Oh.
Wow.
Wow, that was amazing.
She pauses, waiting for clap. She kind of she bows a little bit.
Like do like
Thank you. I'm glad I could help. That's all. I'm really glad I could help.
So now does that spirit go, do they move on or do they go back to like their grave?
Oh, the ways of the spirits are so confusing and mysterious. I think that whomever that was, they've got their own things to deal with.
True.
That's fair.
They're gone from your friend for now.
Acquaintance, yes.
Just in
Don't
case,
worry.
she's gonna cast a 2nd level cure wounds on him because she doesn't like really know like what
Sure.
damage that might have caused or whatever.
Well, you are perfectly capable of healing any wounds that Albert has sustained during your, various bouts of the day, scrapes with traps, etc., and having a spirit conked out of him. He appears to be unconscious. He does not appear to be wounded in any way. So this is not a damage dealt unconsciousness. They do appear to be non-functional right now. But you suspect that he'll be fine.
Okay. I think we should move him out of the graveyard.
Good
I
plan.
think we should move ourselves out of the graveyard.
Probably that too.
But you don't want to. I mean, tomorrow I'll have more quests. You don't want to stay and help me. I thought we could be like a team where like I find the quests and you do the quests, and then I will reward you with high fives.
Maybe we could come back someday, but right now we have to go fight a dragon.
What?
Yeah.
Apparently, it's been causing some problems for people who are alive still.
And you've just been poking around in some dungeon?
Well, yeah, because it wasn't time to go fight the dragon yet.
Oh. Okay. Well, you seem like really powerful adventurers now. Maybe even more powerful now than when I saw you before. Have you in some way improved, been enhanced? You seem different, but your vibes are immaculate.
Oh,
I just want you to know that.
Thank you.
You know, just it's just been so lovely to meet you, and I want you to know that I will be thinking about you forever as some of my best friends. She plucks a flower that was just not nicely placed in her hair, tucked into the mess of her hair that is not well taken care of because, you know, she lives in a graveyard.
Showers here.
Yeah.
These are terrible.
She plucks it out, and she let's roll a dice and see who she gives it to. Oh, that's the wrong chat. She gives it to Nugget. Tucks it into Nugget's fur, behind Nugget's ear.
Expecting Nugget to try and eat it.
I want you to have this. You'll think of me every time you pass through a graveyard.
Yeah, of course we will.
I'm sure that we won't have the option not to. Honestly, this has been quite an experience.
I'll remember you always.
Yeah, you too. Yeah,
Yeah.
you too. It's been lovely.
Okay, bye.
I've read about this in my book.
Oh my god, am I gonna be in a book?
I mean, you're in my notebook.
That's a book.
Yeah, it's pages loosely put together. That's a book.
His whole thing is writing down stories, so I'm sure that'll go into a set of stories somewhere.
Randall, you didn't tell me.
Oh, you didn't ask.
Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. Do I sound cool and like?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm really glad that you like my ritual.
I've never
bye.
seen anything like it.
You see her start to pack up the bits and bobs that she had laying around. Again, now having seen it, apart from those of our party members who were fully invested, you can see that a lot of the materials placed out in front of her were just things that she had in her bags that have just been laid out to be to look as if it's an official ritual or what she thinks would look like a ritual. To our magic casters, there's a little bit of you are a little bit dubious of the nature of the ritual ingredients that are placed before her, but I think really Oro would be the closest to fully understanding that this is bullshit, because though our sorcerer here is capable and a skilled magician, a spellcaster, many of the kind of the nature of the spell that was being cast would probably closer align with ranger and druid spell type casting. So Aura would be closer to being a bit more like Unless you saw with your own 2 eyes that she's straight up sprayed Albert with something. Though the nature of what was in that bottle is a mystery, and it's clearly quite powerful. She keeps it on her person as she
Bang.
still it bang, and the ghost is gone. As she tucks her belongings away back into her various pouches and pockets and bags that she's got all over her person, and she returns to cleaning graves. You are left with the mechanoid clone bot that now appears to be inert.
Oh, shit.
What are we doing this now?
It's the tears of all the named NPCs that Tom has killed over the years. What, in the spray bottle?
Oh my god.
Powerful stuff.
Well, I'm not leaving it.
Does it fit on your shell?
Yeah. I'll get on the shell. We'll sort of
I'll give
be
you
like
a hand.
it's hugging around the shell.
Just wrap it around, yeah.
It could be sat on the back, like as in a little backpack thing with its legs out. It's like sat on your back.
Yeah.
Why do I have a picture of C3PO doing that at some point with like just bits and bobs in a bag?
Empire Strikes Back.
That'll be it. There you go. Yeah, okay, we'll say you can do that. I might recommend that you at least narratively strip out some parts that you are certain aren't integral to the the mechanized nature of the clone, just so I don't have to bullshit some way that you can carry an entire mechanized clone on your back along with all of your other shit. Because we don't worry about carrying capacity too much, but that would be taking the piss a little bit.
Oh yeah. Maybe I've
right.
just kept its torso and head.
Sure. Okay. What are you doing about the fact that it looks like a mechanized person?
I don't see an issue with that.
All right. Okay. Are you going to have them in any kind of way? You said they were strapped like this over your back, or are you doing the old C3PO?
Yeah, it's like, the C3PO. I mean, if I've taken their arms and legs off and we'll just leave them behind.
So you just want torso and head sticking in a bag, just their head rolling around occasionally as you move around.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. You get out a Sharpie and draw a smiley face.
Are they painted?
They are not painted, but they are extremely close facsimiles of Ansia. Like the face looks like a person. The only real obvious giveaways are the fact that it's made out of, in some parts, wood, some parts like copper plated metal of some kind that is just aged very, very well. And there's like very clear lines of where things have been like, welded together or whatever, or nailed together. It's very clearly metal, and in some parts wood, for example, the lower jaw. But apart from that, it's very good.
Sweet.
What? Oh, did you say sweet?
It's sweet.
Okay, because the S didn't come in.
Wheat.
And I'm not even sure. I'm not sure the W came in either. It just sounded like you went wheat.
What time is it in the day? Where are we?
Who am
I? So I think we said so. It's in my head. It's you've just reached evening,
Right.
and that was flavor-wise partly due to the ritual and her trying to do it at nighttime as a way for it to be edgy. But I also think I said it was about half a day's travel away from here was to get back to the Cockrell Inn. Genuinely, that was a typo in my brain. 100%. Genuinely did not mean to bring that right now. The reference was purposeful, but saying that right then was not. You're pressing S in chat to doubt. But so I mean, if you'd like to hightail it rather than walk slowly, we can say that you get to the inn in time for.
Oh, can Albert walk, or is Albert still?
You'll have to carry.
Can we carry?
Yeah,
With
he's a big boy,
levitate
isn't
and
he?
a string.
Oh, that's true, I guess. Telekinesis,
An Albert
right?
kite.
An Albert kite.
It depends on what you guys want to do. If you want to flavor it that you guys hightail it back to Orkspear so that you can sleep there for the night, that's fine. If you would prefer to be a little bit more accurate time-wise, then you can sleep in the graveyard. But I might have to fuck you up a little bit.
Let's go back
think
to
we
the
could-
town.
I think
Yeah,
we
yeah.
could get him out of the graveyard and like make our way a little bit, but I don't think we could. I would think we're too tired to make it all the way, I guess. I don't know. I guess
Sure.
it depends on everyone.
You
We
got
can
2
like,
graves today.
That's
Yeah.
true. And had a bunch of fights.
but I certainly wouldn't want to stay in the graveyard. I would want
Sure,
to make
okay.
some distance.
In which case
Mostly
you
just to not spend the evening with Grace.
okay, you find a small area just outside of the graveyard that is unoccupied, and you set up camp. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a little look. See over here. The alarm spell's being cast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just to make sure I am remembering correctly, what level are we now?
Level 9 now.
Okay, that's what it was. I was like, did I already change my character sheet or do I need to change my character sheet?
Okay. Simply for the fact that you guys have absolutely spent yourselves over the last day, I will leave you with a restful night.
Oh.
You have alarm cast by Oro, which gives you a perimeter that is, for the most part, undisturbed. And you have no real problems sleeping throughout the night, with a regular watch of your party members, making sure that there's no, nothing untoward approaching your camp. You have an opportunity for our Nugget to do some nighttime hunting on their own if they fancy it, as well as catch up on some sleep. You can now, having done your long rest, regain your hit points, spell slots, and any hit dice that you spent whilst you were.
Can Randall have a dream?
Can Randall have a
Story.
dream?
A story dream.
Oh, you want a
It's
story dream?
Slightly, well, no, it's slightly different. So it's the walking staff, and it's
Mhm.
already had like here's the story of it. But maybe tonight there's an updated amendum to it.
Oh.
I don't know, like the ghost. Well, it depends whether that actually is the previous owner of the walking staff or not. Or
Sure. I had this in a document somewhere. 1 second. This one. You want a story dream? I'll give you a story dream. Okay. Should I reread the previous one that you had, and we'll see if I can come up with something to add to it. So the previous one is that no great adventurer owned this, just a simple hermit, Yared. Yared was a shepherd and a sage, spending his time learning the masterful art of mime. With nobody to practice with but his sheep, Yared had no idea how powerful his art had become, until reflexively, when attacked by a pack of orcs, he mimed that he was stuck in an impenetrable box. Confused, they fled from him, afraid of his power. Yared quit the profession, and his skills were never passed on.
so maybe it picks up many years later with Stick somewhere else with somebody else.
Someone else has picked up the walking stick.
Yeah.
Okay. Perhaps you have a dream then that somebody else has picked up the walking staff. And they have also recognized that it has given them the power of mime. And that unfortunately they recognize this and use this for their own gain. They became a very famous mime artist. And they, let's call them Daketh. They, having found their new skill set, became very overconfident and started to just charge outrageous amounts and making huge amounts of money for their incredible performances. But because of this, it made other artists jealous, other mimes jealous. And at MimeCon, the convention for mimes,
famous, everybody knows it.
he was bludgeoned to death
Oh my god.
by mimed staffs.
Oh, they weren't even real.
Oh.
What a way to go.
Oh.
Right, so he mimed being injured.
Yeah, he mimed himself to death.
But he was so good at miming that he mimed his injuries, and they.
And yeah, his mimed injuries killed him.
His greatest strength was his greatest weakness all along.
Oh my god.
There you go.
That's the moral of the story.
That's another story that you get from the walking staff.
I would
Content with
like to say
that?
that it was not my intention to put you on the spot and make you come up with a story.
And yet I did it. Okay. I do that kind of shit to you guys. I should do it to myself. You know, I'm gonna have to improvise a lot of D&D. Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to try and get a dream about? Any other magical items that you've picked up?
The blindfold is the other one, but I don't know if I have to also be attuning to it for the dream to work.
Nope.
Okay, then yes.
Okay, I have this written somewhere.
It's going to become completely normal for everyone to give their items to Randall so he can sleep with them before they use them. And everyone else on the outside of the party would be like, what?
You just get tucked up every night with a bunch of magic items.
That's what I want to see. I want to see a picture of Randall sleeping, dreaming
all
sweet
of the
dreams
items all around him.
Yeah, just like tons of items just scattered around you. Okay, so there's the dream that you have for the bandage is of a monk named Losier, who is also known later in his life as Repose of the West. He was a monk of the Bronze Hand, and he suffered a terrible wound to his face whilst in training that was caused by an overzealous and jealous rival trainee. Pushing through the pain, his blood seeped into the cloth, as did his will. The blood-stained material now confers some of Losier's skill, but is haunted by the wounds that he suffered. Randall would have a field day with Haiku's shell. I'm not writing stuff for everything on your shell.
Do it.
I've also got a little bit written about the hand crossbow axe, and the book you guys picked up.
Oh yeah.
Sleep with them? Have a little nappy wappy?
Yeah.
Little sleepy weepy?
There's space in my sleeping bag.
I just be clear, I wrote actually quite a long story about that bandage of the blind monk. But as I was preparing for the game today, I reread it and hated it. So I deleted the entire thing and wrote a much shorter thing that I had to just do in 5 minutes because I was like, fuck, shit. Anyway, so for the hand crossbow / axe, the dream that you have is of Ansia the Paranoid, once known as Ansia the Innovator, after many engineering projects that he pursued in his youth. This particular item was crafted as a gift for a crush that Ansia had on a gladiator of great skill that once joked that he wished his axe would shoot. Unfortunately, the gladiator perished in the arena combat before the gift was given. Ansia considered it a reminder of his enterprising spirit, but also his mortality. And for the Tome of, was it Tome of Clarity? Is that the Tome of Clarity? Fergus Canehill was a librarian to the stars and scoured every book that came to him diligently, but systematically. You see, he was well aware of the power of the written word and fully recognized the risks associated with unprotected reading. With each day, Fergus would read one chapter of each book and only in reverse. That way, he imagined, there was no risk of falling ill to some hidden spell, some esoteric or forbidden knowledge. That does mean, however, that he read the entirety of this tome without getting any of its intelligence points.
Yeah.
That's the insight that you get today.
Sometimes you can be too safe.
Insight there, wisdom. One day Haiku will wake up to Randall snuggled up to their shell. Ah, imagine how cute. Okay, so that's your night. Is there anything else anyone would like to do, preparing for their sleep, during their sleep? Nerily, you dream, as you usually do.
Ooh.
Of a winged shield. In fact, it feels as if you were about to get crushed in your dream by a mountain. And all you see briefly is that a shield is projected in front of your face that is just a wing, really. It seems to be made almost of steel, in fact. And it directs you and protects you, and you find yourself, instead of smothered and buried, instead aside and safe, protected. In fact, there is a sense of comfort and protection, sanctuary, that is directed particularly on one side of you. But there is an impending sense of doom that comes from behind you. And that's when you wake up. Hi, Fully Phased. How's it going?
Thanks so much for the raid. I appreciate it.
Do you
Can I
dream
do
a little
some-
dream of darkness and light? Yes, absolutely.
Can I
Can
do
you do
some
something?
tinkering?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because obviously I've seen Oro pick up the fancy crossbow. Can
Yeah.
I infuse it with, well, provided Oro wanted it, repeating shot?
Let's go.
Finally,
Ooh.
actually using these things.
Yeah, baby. Would you like to describe that to us? What repeating shot does?
Oh, yeah. This magic weapon grants a +1 bonus to attack damage rolls made with it when it's used to make a ranged attack. It ignores the loading property if it has it. If you load no ammunition, the weapon, it produces its own automatically, creating one piece of magic ammunition when you make a ranged attack with it. The ammunition created by the weapon vanishes the instant after it hits or misses a target.
Whoa, that's
Let's
fucking
go.
sick!
So cool! Ah!
Wow. Thank you.
Wow!
Start handing out
Cute.
more. I need to start handing out more of these because I don't use them. Yeah, I might have more actually.
Well, would you like to describe to us how that conversation happens? I mean, you've got to tinker before Randall can go to sleep with this thing. Oro's just sat. So I imagine you guys have set up camp, and Oro is chilling with Nugget and kind of playing
Randall
with the
and
new.
Hoki come over and are like,
Yeah.
we have the crossbow.
I like to imagine the scene is that you guys have sat down for your camp again. If you prefer a different scene and you have different ideas, let me know. But I imagine that you've sat down at camp, you guys have dipped into some rations, you kind of sat around the campfire, just aching from today, and all of the agony you've gone through, all the difficult tasks, and all the strenuous, walking and pillaging. And Oro has finally sat down with a hand crossbow, fancy new weapon that she's got, very excited with potential. She's finally starting to admire it, getting some time alone with her fancy new toy, only for both Haiku and Randall to appear on the scene.
So Oro sat down.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
like
with
pretending
a
to do the stab thing. I'm like going,
Yeah. So I'm gonna walk up, obviously quite towering. Of like, that's a fancy looking crossbow you've got there. You got enough? You got enough bolts for it?
I only have these 19 because I used one already.
19.
Yeah.
That's not many.
No.
How would you like as many as you want?
Would like that a lot.
You just sort of pull a set of tools out.
Okay. Yes. Almighty Haiku. take the crossbow away.
Almighty Haiku.
I have another infusion I can hand out if that's. I can do more than one after a long.
Yeah,
rest.
I mean, you're spending your time sitting down a little bit. So, what are you doing?
Jesus.
Would you really like an enhanced arcane focus?
Yes.
No.
Would Tom like nearly time?
What do you mean no?
Oh, before you do that, I would like to remind you that you can use that as well. You don't have to give it to someone else.
I can,
And
but I've got cannons and shit.
you do have cannons and shit, but Nerly does also have a spell focus already, the flower. I mean,
That only
If
affects
nerd-
cantrips.
if Nerly wants this new spell focus, do it. I'm just saying, if you want to use it for yourself,
That's a good point. Yeah, you could use that one yourself.
my thought here is not to stop Nerly becoming more powerful. It's to ensure that you take advantage of your own, perks and feats and whatever for yourself. If that makes more sense for you, because it's important that you have fun as well.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I think no, I'm happy with the decision.
All right.
I'm about
Okay.
to make.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me to read out the description? Or...
Yeah. I can't find my
Yes.
actual wand, but she does definitely hand over the wand. Like, mhm.
While holding this item, a creature gains a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls, and the creature ignores half cover when making a spell attack, and increases to +2 when you get to 10th level.
It's next
Ooh.
level. Jesus Christ! I'm holding that off for a while.
Shit.
See you around. See you around. Literal Christmas.
So it's +1 to spell attack essentially for now.
+1 bonus to spell attack, yeah, and
Yeah.
ignore half cover.
Ignore half cover. I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's like Christmas Day. God
I
bless.
know. You get an infusion and you get an infusion.
And you just got a bunch of
everybody
magical
got an
items.
infusion.
Yeah, everybody. Absolutely
Aw.
everybody.
Sorry, Randall's
Right,
massively
Nugget.
distracted with his items.
No. Oh. You guys, you're distracted with your, perusing whatever, and maybe writing up your notes. And Nugget kind of comes over and sits next to you, looking very kind of jealous of everyone else getting infusions. Sits down
Nugget's got a
specifically
flower.
next
How
to
to
Randall.
reload it.
I feed Nugget some sprouts.
I drew
less
Nugget with a
jealous.
flower on it. Said, "Do you want to see?" I
Yeah.
also drew
Yes.
Randall with a bunch of objects around him sleeping.
But now I can't use that as a prompt.
Oh my
Aw.
god. So cute.
That's so cute. Oh
He's
my
holding a
God.
notebook as well. He's like sleeping with his notebook.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta make notes.
That's adorable.
Can we have a break?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I was just about to suggest a little cheeky wee break.
Cheeky wee break.
Cheeky wee break.
A wee cheeky break.
Nugget.
Cheeky wee break.
Nugget, calm down.
Nugget's here. Everyone say hi
Wow.
to Nugget.
Okay, well, if you guys are
Wow.
new or haven't watched our D&D streams before, we tend to just do our business and
not?
get right back to it. Why not? What the fuck? Where you been? We tend to just do our business, get right back to it. We don't have a designed amount of time away from the keyboard, but it's also not super long usually. So if you want to stick around, please do. If you want to go pee now.
Yes.
Now's the time.
Now's
Or
time.
get water so you can pee later.
True.
I'm gonna turn my camera around. Get out of here, you. Yeah, got him. Oh, look.
I was gonna say, careful of the
Perfect.
penis on the board.
I'm purposely angling it there so you can see it. There you go.
The penis has made a return, has it? It's it's good to see.
I've returned.
Nice penis, Tom.
Thank you. Even Katie said, "Why is there a penis saying "do good" on his whiteboard?"
Why not? Why not?
That's Jenny's artwork. Can you tell?
Oh yeah.
Jenny drew that on my whiteboard. God, it's got to be 2.5 years ago or something now. A long time ago.
You won't be able to. You'll be able to rub it off now.
It's not so bad. Getting rid of stuff that's been. I'm too busy laughing. Well, you like the little drawing? Rubbing off. Very good. The trick is you get the same pen, another whiteboard marker, and you draw over it precisely, and then you can get rid of it. To get rid of dried on.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It gets rid of most of it. It doesn't get it perfectly. If it's really been on there for a while. It's like sometimes there's still residue and stuff, but often stuff stays on my whiteboard for a while.
If I mail my whiteboard down, Jenny.
Yeah.
If I mail my whiteboard down, will you draw me a penis? And mail it back?
Yeah, sure. Paper
Or I'll
postage.
just bring it down the next time I visit.
Yeah, that might be easier, yeah.
UPS on it. Oh, the clip is, it wasn't that, it was that Jack said, "Nice penis, Tom," and you went, "Thanks." Deadpan.
Oh, damn it. I want to see that.
That's a highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, that's a Jenny classic. Doesn't have to be precise. Just scribble over it. You mean with the whiteboard marker to clean it again? Yeah. In fact, I prefer to scribble over it because it's less stressful than trying to get it line for line perfect. Hi, docs. We're having normal conversations. People are just complimenting me on my penis.
For our D&D, absolutely.
Although really, it would be Jenny's penis.
One of many.
You like the imitation that Tombo did with the emojis up there?
I like it.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yes.
No, that was fun.
It's difficult to do the eyes, but that's very accurate. Okay, when Kitty gets back, we'll get right into it. Oh, you all missed the part of the conversation about rubbing it out. Yeah.
What? I just said be careful not to rub out the penis.
Okay,
Don't
that's
rub on it too
better.
hard.
Especially if
No,
you
you make a
scribble
right
over it.
mess if you do that.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Oh my god.
It'll smudge all over the place.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well,
It will. I'm not
this is
joking.
a very tidy
I've
penis.
had lots of experience with whiteboard pens.
I'm more of
Although
a
there
chalk
are-
guy.
Actually, let me see if I
That's
can
because
see.
you're a mathematician. It's understandable.
Mm.
Can you see it on the top there? There's a penis in the corner there.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a bunch of tiny penises there. That's you, Docs.
Was it?
Yeah, you drew that row
you
of
drew
tiny
those.
penises.
I didn't realize they were still on there.
Yeah.
That was like years ago.
Huh?
That was a long time ago.
The one I
Yeah.
drew was on the same day. It was when you
Was
drew.
it?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. We both drew penises on Tom's
Oh.
whiteboard like years and years
I
ago.
didn't realize.
I kept him.
And they survived
kept
many a
them.
move.
You did draw another different penis on it somewhere, but I did have to move that because it was in the way.
So that was excellent. Tom saying, "That's you, Docs. The tiny penises."
Oh.
Oh yeah, and then also on my whiteboard it says dicks because that's one of the analysis methods I'm using for PhD stuff. DICS. I forever call it so. It's DICS, Dynamic Imaging of Coherent Sources. And whenever I see it, I'm like, it's DICS. It's like I've successfully. Yeah, exactly. But it's now so ingrained in my head that it's not dicks that whenever I write it out, I forget that it looks exactly like dicks. And really, you could pronounce it dicks. And that just never occurred to me. Good eye, Tombo Fry. Good eye. Appropriate. Okay. If you'd like, you can tell me anything else that you'd like to do with your evening before Nerdy returns, if whilst we're waiting. For your characters? Not you as people. I don't care what you're doing with your evening.
Is Albert still knocked out?
Yep, I like a light. Hi, Katie. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay. Or is just chilling with
Since
Nugget?
your, I was going to say, since your toy's been taken away from you, do you know what, Nugget? You watching Haiku
Yeah.
infuse it?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What does that look like, Haiku?
With the crossbow, for
Yeah.
example. I think I've mentioned before with like when creating the cannons, I'd like a bag of metal shards or like a bag of shit essentially, which sort of weld and sort of screw themselves together.
Sure.
They'd just be producing something from that, and it sort of swirls around like. I'd say probably look like an actual like magazine, like a weapon magazine, slots onto the top of the crossbow. However,
Right.
when you look inside, instead of like seeing the bottom of the magazine, it just goes on. forever.
Ah, cool.
Almost like a bag of holding, but only for crossbow bolts.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool.
And it's like an auto-loaded sort of deal as
Yeah,
well.
it's like a little arm which takes it out, and pops it in.
Yeah, let's go. So that is an excellent item to give someone with a crossbow,
Mm.
especially someone who is using a one-handed crossbow at the same time as a dagger in one hand. That is honestly perfect. You've absolutely nailed that infusion. You've made Oro even more of a deadly fighting machine. Perfect. So imagine next feat is crossbow expert. Exactly. Okay. Is there? Do you want to describe how you infuse the focus, the wand for Neroli?
What does the wand look like pre-infused?
You are muted.
I'm muted. I was looking for it earlier. I don't know what I've done with it. It's blue. It's wooden. It's like a lacquered blue, so it's not like a fully consistent color all the way around. It's very much like hand done, almost like watercolory. It has an image of a crescent moon that's been like carved into it, but it's very like, if you could, like, the outlines of what like stained glass looks like, where there's always the like dark lines between the painted glass, it's like just the outlines of that. The whole thing is still just blue, and all of the carvings are filled in with like a darker blue that's almost even blackish, but it's got like a crescent moon with like those kind of fun lines through it, and like a puffy cloud that's like around the end of it. And yeah.
I would say that maybe then the lines on like the crescent moon, the cloud, maybe have like a slight bluish glow to them, just to show that it's been enhanced.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my god.
Very
I really
good.
want to find the actual wand. I'll show you if I can find it.
Okay. Very, very good. Right. Is there anything else anyone wants to do tonight?
Me and Nugget are sat watching Haiku and like just applauding how cool it is. It's like a show. It's a mini show.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh, that's cool.
That is pretty.
I
Wow.
like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'd ask you how much that set you back, but I don't want to go into
I
finances.
got
on
it at a
stream.
Rin fair for like $15 maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. They were like pre-done. So the carving existed when I was like conceptualizing Neurally, and I happened to find this. And what they would do is when you would buy it, then they would etch your initial into it if you wanted. So mine has a K, but imagine hers having a little N on it, or actually it wouldn't have an N, it has a different letter. Mubby. Actually that's a good point. When you're looking at it, it would have a little R on it.
If you haven't thought of an answer to that prompt I asked you earlier, maybe keep that in mind. Okay. Well, as I described, Neroli has a dream. The rest of you sleep peacefully. And when you wake, Albert is groggy, but there. Oh, my head is killing me.
Morning.
Hi.
Do you remember anything?
What happened?
What's the last thing you remember?
I remember that Randall had pressed a button that made a crunchy boulder noise.
Hmm.
And then I just remember blackness.
Anyone else want to tell him?
I apologize for the square mark on your chest. That was me.
Oh no, he just fainted from being scared, remember?
Oh.
We lying?
Where'd the bruise come from here? The bruise on my chest.
You fell forwards, and Haiku stopped you hitting the floor. but it left a square bruise.
Oh, I'm so glad I had you guys with me looking after me. I would have been dead
Mm-hmm.
You welcome.
in that, in a passing out in a grave. What happened that made me pass out?
I think it just got so
I mean,
hot, you know. It
It
just-
could get quite warm in there.
it was very
I'm not
warm.
very good with heat.
Mm.
Oh, and the danger, heat and danger. is not a good combo.
The temperatures
Yeah.
in those. The tomb was quite chilly.
Yeah, well, when the button was pressed, it raised the temperature by quite a lot as well. So
That'll be it.
yeah, a fire started right
A
back.
quick change in heat can really get me out. But how long was I out?
Like half a day?
I fainted for half a day.
A little bit.
You just having a big nap, you know? Big sleep.
Right.
He's
Catch
gonna
up.
roll. He's gonna roll. He's gonna roll a medicine check. That doesn't sound right. I've never heard of someone fainting for that long.
Well, you probably fainted for a little bit and then slept because it was nighttime and we were all sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Or maybe it was the fall, like he caught you, but there was still some damage or something.
I
I
think
tried
maybe you have some kind of
healing, but-
concussion.
If you did, then it would have been healed, but that doesn't mean that you didn't need to sleep.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you guys were there to look after me because that could have been disastrous. Imagine having a wee nap inside a tomb.
Yeah,
Mhm.
bad.
One where
I
the
can
floor
imagine it.
can fall out from under you.
I would have been dead.
Did.
Well, I
You're
mean,
okay now.
once again, I've got my life. It was in your hands, and I'm indebted. Did we get out with all the information that we had?
Yeah, we did.
Do we have the journal? He looks for his bag. He finds it, opens it up, and his bag is empty.
Oh, I
No, we put everything back in the bag.
Did you?
Yeah, because Doc's put
I know that you
Randall
took it,
put
but I
everything
wasn't
back in
sure.
carefully.
I did.
Yeah, he
he
did.
did.
I
He
did.
did. He
Yeah.
did.
Because
Okay.
Oro dumped it, and
Yeah.
Randall was like,
Yep.
especially when you said the ink spilled.
Sure. Okay. Well, in that case, what happened with all this ink?
Well, I mean, when you fell, you know. I
The-
did
Oh,
my
I
the
crushed
heat
one of
as
the
well.
into the heat and the
Heat.
crushing of me. Oh, I'm.
Like, I can lend you some if you need some to get.
You're a good soul there, Randall. I trust you to be true to me.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good
The
lad, that one.
truest.
He's a good lad. Supporting me through my journey, becoming a monk of the Libera
Doing
Man's
what's best for
Monastery.
you.
You're just doing what's best for me, and I
am doing.
I
What's best for
value
you.
you. I really do value. It's just. Well, I guess that means I need to pay you for your deeds.
Did he already pay us for the quest?
Ansia paid you.
Antia
Oh,
paid
shit.
us. That's right. Okay.
The web is unwinding.
He
I
looks
wanted to
for-
make sure
he looks
he
for his
wasn't.
coin purse.
Oh, you already
Is that
did
not-
that. You did that like just before you passed out.
In the tomb.
Yeah.
Whilst we were running away from all this.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I think
We were in
once
there
got
for a
to
long
the-
time. We weren't running by any means. We were in there for a long
Can I have
time.
some deception checks, please, for anyone who feels that they have
Can
been
I-
untrue?
I don't
I
think I've
think-
been untrue at all.
So really quick, Nerly was confused at first as to what was going on, so I rolled an insight check, and she's not really sure why they're doing this, but they're like everybody seems to be working together on a lie. So she's just like gone and knelt down next to him at this point. And when he talked about the concussion, she started kind of like patting his head, and like as they're talking in little bits, she's explaining that she like healed him to make sure he wouldn't be hurt.
Mhm. I got that from the way you were talking.
Yeah, I was hoping it would be distracting.
Oh, I see. In order to help them, perhaps in their deception check.
Maybe give
Like
us
this is like the help
advantage.
Maybe give us
action
advantage.
to somebody who's good at deception, like maybe Oro
No,
probably.
not someone who's good at. Maybe someone like Randall. Maybe
Yeah,
someone-
also Aura's probably not that good at deception either.
Oh, really? Well, whomever.
Well, it's really good that you. Very glad that you helped Randall, who was in desperate need of a distraction, who gets the help and action from Nurli,
Yeah.
which I'm going to generously give you, even though you rolled before she described that. Go ahead.
I described it, but I did have a chance to interject while you two were talking and say that that was the intent.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was also hoping you hadn't looked at chat before then.
I like she's a look
Okay.
point. I like she's a look.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
I'll stay at 11.
Are we going to roll insight?
I feel like this probably is lining up with Randall's character at least, because I'm not sure he's actually really tried to deceive anyone before.
He just says, I paid you before passing out in the middle of a. That doesn't sound right.
Well, you were like, I don't know. It was getting to your head, I think.
We still don't even know why you passed out, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, you should take it easy.
Are you guys? Are you joking? Is that what you're doing? Are you kidding with me?
Looks
None
at
of this is
Randall.
adding up quite. I'm not sure I'm following the story. Are you? You're joking.
Okay, so you know how Ansia disappeared and we didn't actually fight him? We think he kind of like took over you and possessed you a little bit, and we were really worried that that was going to be bad, and he tried to convince us to like let him take your body forever, and he tried to pay us for it, and we didn't realize it wasn't you at first. We just knew you were acting weird, but then we figured out that it was him, and we had already taken the money, but we already got him expelled from you, so he's not inside you anymore. But we thought that might freak you out too much, I think, is why they started telling you a little bit of a fib so that you wouldn't be worried.
And the square shape on your chest was me. Now the truth is out. Sorry.
I was possessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's pretty cool, right?
We thought that'd be
That's
worse
really-
news.
That's.
By Ansia.
I was possessed by a ghost of a royal that's
Yeah.
been dead for hundreds of years. How cool is that?
Oh, yeah, it's sick.
Really cool.
Yeah, you're the chosen one.
I wish I just knew more about it so I could tell the story. I could write it all down, but I was out.
To
Yes.
be fair, nothing really happened. We just noticed you were acting weird, and well, then we realized it wasn't you after a while, and then we got rid of him.
How'd you get rid of him? How'd you get him out?
Oh, there was this amazing ritual that Grace, you remember Grace from the graveyard did?
Oh,
it
Grace,
was-
yeah.
I'll have to show you my notes. It was amazing. She would
Oh,
with the candles and the incense and all the books everywhere. Oh, it was so good. We had,
that sounds really good.
Haiku was playing the music to get the ritual to work.
Oh, what were you playing, Haiku? Asylum what? Asylum Bone.
Bone.
That's amazing.
I know. I'm not.
Someone
I'm not
should
didn't
make
realise it was
that.
important.
That should be a thing. Someone should invent that.
Yeah.
Wait,
Like, but I
Randall,
mean, like officially run it through the patent office or something. Maybe I'll do.
I
That's
thought-
cool.
I thought you were all like amusing her. What is the word? That the ritual didn't mean anything.
But I saw her with the ghost and the knock.
Oh yeah, she had some water that she splashed on him, and that's when Antia went out. I'm sorry, I thought you knew.
But the dancing.
It was really cool. I mean, sometimes things contribute to your belief or your will, and that can like help empower you, but there didn't seem to be anything. I mean, I only know about specific kinds of magic, so maybe it's not maybe, you know, there was a significance to it that just doesn't make sense to the way that I see things.
Okay, I need to go. Hang on. And Randall just like scurries off and is just there, like you see, just crossing out pages and pages of lines, just like striking it through.
I'm so sorry. I just wouldn't want you to have the wrong story. I think she just had some water that was probably like blessed or something.
I'm like, just no.
The xylobone didn't help.
I think everything helped because I think if she wasn't strong enough and didn't believe that it would work, then it probably wouldn't have worked. Because it's like a battle of wills when you do something and you have to try to affect someone with magic.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better.
I just didn't want you to have the story wrong because it's important to you. I'm sorry.
Yes. Thank you.
Albert
gonna,
kind of
like-
just leans over to Oro and Nugget, and not getting a great vibe from Oro's, whether Oro likes Albert. Albert doesn't try and make funny, but kind of looks over to her and like side eyes, like this is awkward,
Yeah.
and then makes eye contact with Oro, and like he's trying to be like, this is awkward. What are you gonna do? And then looks at Oro, and Oro doesn't have the same like, haha, this is funny, like this, we're friends kind of look. I mean, you tell me, do you reciprocate the like?
Well,
He's
Oro
like,
heard him be
"These
like,
guys."
had that off comment about stealing the patent for the xylobone.
Well, it wasn't so much he was stealing it; it was more of a someone should patent it. Maybe I'll go into business with you. Kind of less of a I'm going to steal that from you.
Oh, it sounded like I'll steal that from you, and that's
I
probably
apologize.
what she
Sure.
just would believe that Albert would say.
Okay, so she's not reciprocating the haha funny awkward.
It's
meet cute
awkward,
kind of
but
thing going on.
if she notices that he's doing that, like giving her that look, she'll just like give him like dagger eyes and just be like,
All right, so that's what I imagine.
not you.
I picture him going like, this is awkward, am I right? And then looking over to Oro, who's like just giving him daggers, and just not interested. Is that? And he just kind of like looks away and lets this whole situation resolve itself.
So, is that all cleared up for you, Albert? Oh, thank you, Katie. Okay.
I very much enjoyed that interaction, by the way, guys. I
Yeah,
thought
that
that
was
was very
great.
good. It was very in character for Nerily to kind of spoiler the thing, and it was very well played of you, Docs, for Randall to have just been like, just like crossed up. Very good. That was excellent. I like that a lot.
That's
right.
our prompt. That's me and Randall's prompt. That's the
Yeah?
competition we had while we were traveling.
Okay.
At least
So-
for the two of us,
Sure. Well, in which case, what I'll ask next is then, where are you guys going? So Albert will say to you essentially, I mean, if you guys have been paid, I ain't giving you more. He's going to go back to Orkspear, where he will communicate with the monastery and then see what happens from there.
Before Albert
go ahead.
leaves,
Mhm.
sorry, I just Haiku's gonna go up to him, get fairly close to his face, and go, "Don't tell anyone about the xylobone." Okay?
Are you serious about? I didn't realize you were so serious about it. That's you don't want to go into. I could maybe help. I could help with the paperwork for a patent if you want to go. No. Oh. Okay. No, that's fine. I
Nothing against
respect
you.
your.
But no,
That's all right. I respect your intellectual property. Okay. All
thank
right.
you.
But anyway, so he's going to stay in Orkspear and then move on from there. Before you guys, what do you guys want to do?
So Randall definitely wants to escort Albert, make sure he actually gets back to Orkspear.
Okay.
It's definitely not our problem anymore.
Okay, so you guys want to go back to Orkspear. Where do you want to go from Orkspear?
We discussed the dragon thing doesn't actually happen for a little while, so we're gonna go do the speed thing first.
I think it was the other way around.
JK, we're doing that then.
I think the dragon thing was the next thing.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
speed thing when we set off was like had like 2 months on it.
That's
Yeah.
what it was. That's what it.
That's an
yeah,
ongoing
okay.
tournament with different rounds, whereas the dragon thing was more of a call to arms.
This is why I appreciate you all, because my brain had reversed that for some reason. No idea why.
So
The thing is, I'm
you're
pretty sure earlier in the session you got it right as well.
Did I
As you said,
really?
What I think it was
you're
last
talking-
week actually, because we spoke about what you guys, because I think I'd messaged the group and been like, "What are you guys doing next?" Just so I can prepare
Oh,
for
maybe
it.
that was it.
And then
yeah.
it was Katie who said, "Oh, we're doing this bit because this one was going to take longer than the other, whatever."
No, we were
Oh,
talking
and then
to
I told
Grace.
Grace, and I
Yeah,
even said we have to
Oh!
go fight a dragon
I
next.
was-
Oh
today.
yes, you did. Yes. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. All right.
Who knows?
Oh my goodness.
ADHD.
So you've also got the whole, if you wanted to talk to Margaret again, that kind of deal. What do you want to do? Where's your direction?
Tattoo lady Margaret, right?
Yep.
I think she's in the opposite direction to where the dragon is.
Yeah, but not by a long shot. She's at Imma
Oh.
Sea. If you're looking at the map, are you on the map? You're on
Yeah.
the map. So she's in Imma Sea.
Oh yeah, that's not far.
You guys are. Let's say
I
you're
think you
going
need
to
like a
Longsphere here.
diamond or something for that, right?
Correct.
That we now
You
have.
needed a diamond for the tattoo
We have.
gun.
I thought there was still a bit of a moral dilemma about using the diamonds. It's in the necklace.
It was until Ansia tried to possess Albert and like bribe us to let him take over his life, and now I'm just kind of like, you know what? I don't feel like laying him trust anymore. He's just kind of an asshole, isn't he? So he brings it up. She's like, no, that's fine.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I feel like he owes us at this point.
Okie dokie. So are we going back to there, or do you want to swing by that some other time?
How much? I mean, like, I feel like we have to go down and like to the exact same road to head over to Weymouth to fight the dragon, right?
You
So
do,
how
yeah.
much of a little excursion is it? You know, if
It
this
would
is what we
take
can travel
you-
in a day, that's like half a day.
Yeah.
Plus
so
the
this
time-
big red line
yeah.
is the big red line is how much you can travel in a day. Obviously not perfect because there's a kink in the road.
Well, it's probably about a day, right?
What to get to Imma Sea?
If you put a kink in it.
Yeah, if you put a kink in it, it's about. I mean, it's.
I think we get there in the afternoon. Yeah.
You probably get there in the evening, early
Yeah.
evening, and then you wouldn't want to set off again.
I meant it's funny because in my brain I meant like late afternoon and you're like early evening. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
yep. We had the same figure. We just didn't say it. That's so funny.
So yes, so
evening.
you wouldn't necessarily want to set out again.
But if we're getting magical stuff, that feels like a
Yes.
good
True.
like
yeah.
before fighting a dragon, if we're getting little boons, that seems like a nice little, if it's only gonna take us a day.
Why have I
Um,
put so many magic items and boons and levels within the same segment of time?
Because of
You know,
fighting
like-
a dragon.
You just got a bunch of loot from tomb raiding. You leveled up. You got a bunch of infusions from Haiku, and now you're gonna go get magical tattoos. Now you're gonna get no loot all
Yeah.
the way there.
Which is fine. That's fine.
Hi, Tortu.
I taught
Can't
you.
carry it anyway.
So okay. So you guys want to go back to Imma Sea then? Get back on that road and then
Yeah.
head in the opposite direction afterwards?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, in which case, you guys say au revoir to Albert Humperdinck, the GIF hippo person that you've been hanging out with recently. Randall, anyone else? Do you have any passing words that you want to just say before you leave? Randall, he approaches you and he says, "It's been an honor, honestly, working alongside you,
Oh,
and I'm suddenly
okay.
accidentally Irish." What do Scottish people sound like again?
I mean, maybe it's
Stop this.
possessed, you know,
Shit,
got
I've
trouble
lost it.
remembering his own identity.
What's your phrase that you use?
I don't have a Scottish phrase I use.
Oh,
Oh,
I can say, "Oh, hi, the new. Oh, hi, the new." There you go. Oh, hi, the new.
Yeah.
That's how I say.
See you later,
That's
fuckos.
See you later, fuckers.
see you later, fuckos.
Well, just in time for Papaya to show up and hear my terrible Scottish accent. I hadn't seen you in chat so far, Papaya, and I was really hoping that I wasn't offending you with my bad voicing. But it is lovely to see you. That wasn't to suggest that I was. Words are hard.
true.
That's what Albert says. Albert says to Randall, "It's been a pleasure working with you, and honestly, I just wish that I could express to you how cool it was to learn from somebody who knows so much about their field and has collected so many stories. It's amazing. Do you have any insights, any tips, any advice for just a fledgling monk?
Well, you gotta go with your heart. You know when there's a good story to follow, and you just gotta follow it. Follow your stories.
You're so wise.
Also, be careful.
You're like a mentor to me, Randall.
Oh, good. Yes. Please send me mail whenever.
Oh, can I?
If you need help or advice, or fact checking or grammar checking.
We could work together. We could publish papers together. You'll have to give me your address.
Maybe one day.
You said you're in. Did you say you're in Nesmith?
Yes, there's a manor in Nesmith. Nesmith Manor. One Nesmith Manor.
One Nesmith Manor.
There's only one. You'll find
Nesmith
it.
Lane.
All right. If any correspondence, I'll send that way.
There'll be a pile of letters when we get back in.
I will. Yes, we're not there very often, but when we are there, I will.
That's amazing.
Please take word of some of my adventures back to the monastery, because I haven't checked in with them for like a year.
Well, I'll make sure to send your regards. Write down that to make sure I send you letters in the future.
Excellent.
Okay. Anyone else got any parting words? Not passing words, parting words for Albert.
See you later, fucko.
The live one.
I think that's a term of endearment, by the way. I've been collecting. That's something else I've been doing. I've been collecting words and phrases like that.
Wow.
See you later, fuckos.
Are you gonna make it like a dictionary or a glossary kind of thing?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Don't tell too many people at the moment, though.
I give a shot. Respect. That's good.
But if you come across any in the wild, put them in the post.
I'll send them your way. Yeah. Wow. There you go. Brackets.
Send letters and also phrases.
There you go. There we go. All right. Haiku, Nurali.
She's just waving. Bye. Well, bye.
He kind of just pauses in front of everybody and just like, see you later, fuckos, from Morrow, and he has a heart-to-heart with Randall, and he pauses at Haiku, and what's Haiku saying?
More of a nod and a sort of slightly swing the xylophone round, just taps it.
Kink, kink. And then he turns to Nurali expectantly, a glisten in his eye, a slight smile.
It was nice to meet you.
Oh, the pleasure was all mine, Nurali.
Good luck in your stories and the stuff with Antia.
Oh, I'll make sure to include our adventures together.
Okay.
Such great adventures we had. Didn't you have a lovely time adventuring with me?
I mean, yeah. There was the whole like you getting possessed by a ghost. That was not super great, and like those like bone snake things and stuff like that. But like everything turned out okay in the end.
Okay, I had a lovely time talking to you.
I had a really good time.
I had a
That's what he's doing right now.
really a lovely time. I had a lovely time. I had a lovely time. Okay, and he just kind of shuffles away. Thank God that's over. Okay.
Fuck that.
You guys are on the road. You are now walking towards the main road, the Star Water Road that takes you towards Immersea. What I asked you at the beginning of our game, a prompt that I gave you, was that at some point today, I didn't expect it to be 10 minutes before we end, you would be on the road. And I wanted you to tell me what conversation that you had with at least one other player character. It could be multiple people. It could just be something funny that happened that you guys shared together. Just a nice little anecdote that you guys had on the road. I think this is a cool thing, and I might do it more frequently. So please,
I like it.
let me know what conversation did you share with one of the other party members?
Oro wants to know what Haiku's favorite thing is that they carry on them. You don't have to, if you don't know an answer off the top of your head, you don't have to give me. But
Can I answer that in like a minute's time?
Yes, that's fine.
Flip through my list.
yeah. And then after that, he like maybe Haiku has his own list that he gets out. He's like, wait a minute, scroll and the scroll like moves all the way down the road. Which one?
Remember in The Hobbit when they like undid the scroll and then there was the like side piece of paper?
Oh yeah, the side
out.
scroll,
I feel
yeah.
like there's that too. Like the scroll
Yeah.
gets unrolled and then we see more bits and Haiku like unfolds to the side and is holding it like an L shape almost. Like
But
So
no,
diagram of the shell with arrows.
I'll just
that
roll
go
I'll roll a dice for it, and I'll
oh, there you go.
Oh,
do
okay.
it on the spot. Only if I get 50s.
Yes.
I've got to
Uh-oh.
roll that again. I
I knew that would
That's the thing
happen.
from Padlo Lily, isn't it? As the keepsake. Just know it.
It was the ring we got from the grave in the dungeon. just
Oh
now.
yeah, okay,
I
that's
can't
right.
remember that.
My favorite thing is this. What'd you get for 31?
My favorite thing. It's the flaming pearl, and I'll sort of get it off. I'll get it off the shell. Look at this.
What the fuck's that? I'm gonna sneeze. Wait, no, I scared it out of myself. Never mind. I'm not gonna sneeze anymore. What is that?
So many
That all
emotions.
happened- that happened so fast.
Yeah, sorry. Well, I was like, I'm gonna sneeze. I need to tell. Oh, I'm not sneezing anymore.
What a roller coaster.
Sorry. Oh, I was on it too. Okay. We'll
Well,
fle-
just to describe it, it's like it's a white pearl. It's fairly large, and then there's like a ring around it with like red orange flame, but like not inked on, like grown into it effectively. So yeah, this is the flaming pearl. It grants wishes to its users if you hold it and wish into it.
Whoa, that's fucking
Yeah.
sick. Wait, what have you wished for? Have you wished for anything?
Oh, absolutely nothing. It's broken.
Oh.
It's been broken since I found it.
Oh,
I
Can
know
you-
it grants wishes from text with it.
oh. Can you not fix it?
I could.
Oh, seems like a
Fixing
good
it
thing
requires,
to fix.
requires a wish spell.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Oh well, maybe someday you'll fix it.
I'd have to find an identical one and wish to fix it,
Oh.
and be carrying 2 pearls around all the time.
Oh. Well,
How can it not be the spyglass that sees into the astral sea? I think that's on the list.
It is on the list, yeah, but
It's on the list.
it wasn't on the dice.
Oh.
Almost, actually, not far off.
Okay.
Or I would then ask everyone else if they have a favorite item too, which you can think about. If not, if you don't have one, it's okay.
Ooh.
Damn it, that would have been a really good prompt just for general.
Sorry.
Don't ask that question, put it on the list.
I've already answered it.
Conversations.
Yeah, but you rolled the dice, bro. You rolled the
I
dice
have more than
again.
one favorite thing.
Yes, you can. You can have a,
Change.
you can have a new
Favorite
favorite
thing
thing every single time someone asks you. That's the fun of it.
Haiku's just Julie Andrews. These are a few of my favorite things.
There you go.
I like that. I like it a lot.
Once
57
you've told
favorite
someone
things.
that it's your favorite, it immediately goes way down the list.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
people know it's
Pearls
your
and
favorite.
astral sea glasses. Sorry.
Oh, nice. Very good. All right, on to the next prompt.
I'd like to ask Nearly about the R on the wand, but I mean, like knowing bits of sort of like what Nearly said from my background, sort of, I'd be asking a sensitive way,
Sure.
like you
Okay.
don't have to answer this. type of
Gotcha.
way.
So I don't exactly remember how much I might have told you And she's not making an effort to like hide this conversation. So since we're all walking together, everyone else would be able to hear it, even though he asked like sensitively and quietly. One of the things that I was told when I was leaving the place I used to be was that I should be different. I should not, I should try to have people call me something different, and I should try to look different. And looking different was a little hard, but I can kind of like hide a little bit, or I could at least before. But Danira said that I should try a different name. So Nerali is just something I came up with because it means to run away fast. Kind of a little bit, but that's not actually my name. It's Rulena. They called me Ru.
Rue.
Mm-hmm. It's a flower.
That's nice. I like that.
Would I know that flower?
Well, maybe. I was like, I have stuff written down about Rulena somewhere. It's the roof flower, which is commonly associated with grace or clear vision.
I mean, as a ranger, there's a good chance you are very familiar with the flower types.
Yeah.
I would think so, yeah.
And you can tell me if you know it. Is it a common flower?
Yeah, it's an herb.
Okay. I've seen that. I actually want to Google it.
It's a little yellow flower, like tiny little clusters.
Oh,
Herb of grace.
so pretty.
Yeah, they grew in the forest in the nearby where we lived when we were there, when we weren't in the mountain. It's also really beneficial for gardening because it's like there are like pests that don't like it.
Oh. I assume you don't want us to call you that.
Not when we're around people, just in case. I mean, Priscilla figured everything out easily enough. She's pretty good at that, so the others might not, but at least when we're around people, it has to be gnarly.
Okay.
Your secret is safe with us.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
What a good prompt!
Yeah.
I'm very happy that this is what we chose to do today. Okay, next prompt, please.
I think Gnarly would at some point go to Randall and kind of do like I'm sorry that I had to tell you about the ritual. I guess I didn't have to. I probably should have let you believe because I could see how disappointing it was to know that all of the sort of like fanfare involved wasn't like where the magic came from. But the thing about magic is that you have to believe in yourself to do it. And I think she believed that she had to put on a show or that we wouldn't find value in it. So that's something that you can add to the story. You can still tell about how she did it. You don't have to say that that didn't happen. Didn't happen.
I'm more annoyed with myself. I didn't see what was actually happening. I got caught up in the moment of the mystique and the magic.
The xylobone was
on
playing, you know.
The xylobone, it got into it. My bones were resonating with the xylobone.
Oh, wow.
And there's a magic in that all itself. But also you did almost die like twice that day. So, you
True.
can't be too hard on yourself when you've gone through everything you did in that sort of like sun
It
cycle.
could have gone in the records. It could have gone in the records that the xylobone exorcised a ghost. The permanent records.
I would have probably prevented that at some point because I know how important it is for you to be accurate. But I didn't want to bring it up in that way because it seemed really I wanted to be more gentle with it.
Thank you for telling me. It was the right thing to do. I just can't believe I was so stupid.
It's not stupid.
That's why people have editors, you know?
And
Okay.
it's not stupid to believe.
What's an editor?
Oh. Damn.
Sometimes belief is more important than what's real.
Oh, that is true.
Write that down. Put
I've
that in
written
your book.
it down.
Right.
We're gonna have one glossary is gonna be circus speak, and the other one is gonna be like pearls of nerdy wisdom.
That's gonna be like a subtitle.
Lovely. Do we have another prompty poo?
And
Randall.
I think Randall will probably ask Nurley about like the whole thing with the graveyard angel. Like we didn't like it just vanished, and you went to look at it. Like what happened?
oh yeah. Quick aside to Tom. I don't know if she actually knows the name Seraphina yet. Does she know that
That's down
they
to
came to
you.
her in a dream? I feel like
From reading your notes that you wrote in your document, it's a general feeling of having an association with the word or the name Seraphina, and knowing that there's some kind of entity, but not knowing much about it.
Okay.
Or anything, nothing directly. But also, you did get that gown for your birthday.
So I think previous, or at least initially, she didn't know the name, and so I think she's known that there is something there, and this time there has been a name. So you know how I have dreams, and sometimes they tell me things, and those can be important things, or they can be mundane things, or information that doesn't really make sense at the time, but it's pretty much always true, or it leads me somewhere. I've always known that there was some kind of a connection to something, and I thought that it was Selene herself. Not that it's not still in a way, I suppose, but I feel like there's always been someone guiding me and watching over me a little bit. I mean, the only reason I'm not dead is because of them. I think, anyway. I'm pretty sure. Unless there was some other way out of that. But I never really had a name for them. I just know that I have been protected sometimes, and I've been warned sometimes, and I've just been generally cared for. And the script that was kind of like really graceful and scrawled that couldn't be read by you by anyone else, that said, be more careful next time, and then it was signed Seraphina. So I think I know now who's been watching. But also I knew we needed to get out of there. I also dreamed about a big shield protecting us from impending doom that night. So definitely was a good idea to get out of the graveyard and make some distance from that place.
You're muted.
One of the very rare times I mute myself. To type in chat. Just like to clarify, the impending doom you sensed was not from the other side of the shield. It was from behind you on your unprotected side.
Oh, and that wasn't the graveyard.
No.
Oh, JK. Okay, a little bit of a retcon there. Thank you, because Katie misunderstood that. So I knew that there was a shield protecting us from, even as we slept, because I imagine the angel could throw gravestones out of the graveyard, even if it can't leave. But there's definitely something else going on too. There's some sort of impending doom of some kind from the side the shield couldn't protect us from. Do I have an idea of what is associated with that, or is it just like everywhere on the back side of the shield?
There was a very gentle touch of the very periphery of your periphery. You saw like a twinged tentacle of shadow that had the same kind of purplesque color tint to you that you've been the general Shadowfell energy that you've been encountering.
Hey Richie, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. I hope you had a
Hi,
good
Richie.
stream.
Oh gosh, thanks.
See,
Yeah.
this is why I don't want to get caught up in sham. Like there are real stories like this happening. Like an agent of a god is talking to you, giving you visions. Like that is a real story.
But some people might think it's a sham.
Atheists in
believe-
Faerun.
I know it's real, but it's hard. And I'm glad you believe me because it.
I mean, I saw that graveyard angel before, and I saw the writing on the stones afterwards. It's hard to not
That's
believe. Also,
true.
you have wings. That helps
That's
a lot.
yeah, it does. You know, and I think
Also, you have wings.
Yeah. I think Grace believed that she needed to do that because we wouldn't believe her. So it's less that that was a sham and more that that was about making sure we didn't think it was one. If that makes sense. It's the convincing. But I still understand like why it was disappointing to find out that none of that was necessary, or at least not from like at least not practically for the magic itself or the blessing itself. It might just have simply been something like a holy water, in which I could imagine would work. I just can't make that. So
It wouldn't.
Hmm. Did I have any idea of what that might have been? I didn't figure it did.
You didn't do any checks or anything. You're welcome
Yeah.
to now if you'd like.
Yeah.
I
Retroactive.
mean, you can give it a check, and I will bear into consideration. The DC will consider the fact that your particular type of sorcerer.
That's true. Should I do a religion one then?
You can give me an Arcana check or a religion check if you like.
Definitely a religion.
No, definitely an Arcana check.
Oh, dang it. Okay, so just -4 from that. So
Okay.
15.
It's a 15. Okay. In which case you can deduce that the spray that you saw, so during her like very vivid, over the top kind of somatic component, which
Mhm.
was nothing, she brought out the material component, which was this hand spray that she just did in her sleeve. The magic required to stop a ghost from possessing anybody is a lot more significant than just some holy water. So you suspect that it actually had some quite potent magic in it.
Okay.
Enough that having it in a spray bottle is quite actually a significant feat. However, you suspect that the process behind making this wasn't casting a spell. It was probably a little bit closer to, well, not your kind of spell. It was a lot closer to like druidic or ranger style preparations to make this particular liquefied ointment or whatever that acts very viscerally like a spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think she'll. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
So I think she'll go on to say, maybe holy water is not the right word.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that there was I'd been chatting too much shit and didn't see there was a raid that come in. Hi.
Hello, thank you.
Thanks so much for the raid.
Hiya.
I think, it's not very common for people to be able to talk to spirits. And I know we all have, and we're not exactly common, but also they have kind of come to us. And a lot of people just, and she talked about feeling like energies and things like that. And I think she probably, either knowingly or not, is really in tune with the natural world. And there probably was something that she had to do to create the sort of like power that was bottled up to be sprayed onto Albert. But I think that it was already done. So we just probably didn't. I probably should have said something so that she could tell us more about it, but I don't know. I didn't. It seemed very strong, though. We know where she is if we want to go back and ask on our way. No? Okay.
Okay. Well, in which case, what's
I
your?
did have one other thing.
Oh, did you? Ooh, Docs, you're spoiling me today.
It's not a prompt. It's not a prompt.
That's fine.
Have I heard the name that Nurli said in any stories before?
You mean
Serafina.
Yeah, that one.
Roll me a big ol' high DC history check. Or a religion check if you can. What's your religion mod?
0.
Then I'll be very kind and give you a history check.
I mean, I rolled a 7 anyway, so don't worry about
high DC.
I rolled a 7, it doesn't matter.
Not fab, not fab.
7 or a 3, whichever works for you. You know?
You got pick of the crop here. Yeah, no, not great. Not great. That name does not ring any bells to you. Although you do kind of make a contextual link with the term seraphim, which makes sense to you as a celestial being, of something of great power, an otherworldly entity. But that's not I mean, as far as you're aware, you can't make any links to any names or stories or people or places or anything.
Okay.
Tortu, drop everything. Hang out with us. I'd like to note specifically for anyone who has played League with me that this character was designed before the reuse of Seraphine. Really?
It was. And then Seraphine is literally a girl who sings. And she's like a support role character that I play. She's like one of my new mains.
Wow.
And I was like,
that's uncanny.
Yep, I didn't.
It was meant to be.
Yep, there you go. Early was made long before that
It's
release.
you.
It's me.
Okay.
She even has pink hair.
Oh my god.
And on her new skin, one of her abilities makes flowers grow out of the ground. And I was like,
my. Yeah. Did it?
okay.
I feel targeted.
Very targeted.
Slightly, a little bit, tiny bit.
Okay, so that was our prompt for today. Our prompt for today was I'm gonna make you travel at some point. Please tell me one conversation that you share with at least one other player character, and that turned out really fucking good. Thanks for taking part in that, guys. I really appreciate that. That was really good. You all came up with good questions and had good answers. Big time. Thumbs up. If I drop my job, I can't make Jenny say oogie woogie quesadilla in your streams.
It's true.
So I've done a very few streams recently, and I made a joke that if you spend a certain amount in donations, Jenny will come in from the other room and say whatever you want over the microphone. And then now Tortu's been redeeming that, and it's just been really funny just having Jenny walk into this room and go oogie woogie quesadilla. I didn't mean to. That's not so much of a plug as it is just a funny story. Right. Thank you very much once again. You guys are going to end this. We're going to end this session with you guys arriving in Orkspear, where you can find yourselves. If you'd like to go through and find yourselves at the Cockerel Inn for a big old sleep, or whether or not you'd like to go all the way to Immersey. I think was the plan, wasn't it? You're going to go to Immersey. Not Orkspear. I got it incorrect. You're going to
Immersey.
Yeah.
In which case, you're not going to the Cockerel Inn. You're going to one of the other establishments that we experienced last time we were in Immersey, which was a lot worse. If you recall, bouncing between the different inns there, trying to find one that wasn't
Which
awful.
one did we pick in the end?
The
We
one
picked
with
the first one that we went to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The teen receptionist who was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yep, that's one.
And then we had some hipster coffee.
Mhm.
Yes, you
Randall
did.
had
You
some
had some.
cheap
Yes.
coffee.
Yes, I remember the hipster coffee. Yes. Good memory. Wow. Okay.
Listen, fair trade just tastes better. It's ethically tasting.
You can taste the ethics.
It's like balls.
The lack of shame is quite apparent.
Okay, so next session we will start with you guys arriving at Immersea to go meet your pal Margaret, the old lady, Margaret, who is coated in tattoos and who's going to augment your tattoos that she's already given you. You guys got a matching tattoo set last time you saw her, and she's going to augment them as payment for you returning with a diamond, which was absolutely placed to give you an ethical quandary of, do you steal a diamond necklace from a corpse of a dude who's there telling you not to take it, or do you take a diamond necklace so that you can get cool tattoos? And I know which one you picked.
Listen, we felt bad about it until it turned out he was a super dick, and now it's not even an ethical quandary anymore.
Okay. I'm glad that moral quandaries don't work on the completionist.
Hey, if you'll recall, we had a whole conversation about how each of us felt about it.
I was very pleased. I was very pleased that you had a whole conversation about the ethical considerations regarding tomb raiding. I was very pleased that that was something that had come onto your radar as maybe a quandary. I was also quietly pleased that you decided to take it so I could give you cool tattoos. I've got a list of, we're going to figure out how we're going to do the tattoos. I've got a list of some potential tattoos that I've stolen from Tasha's book. I had to go through the ones that, because there's quite a few quite a few of them in there, but some of them are a bit fucking OP, including one of them, which I've definitely not giving anybody, that allowed you to make your melee attacks ranged.
Wow.
By about 15 feet.
I could literally turn my gauntlet into a rocket, into an Iron Man fist.
I
can't believe you denied
makes
it.
sense.
You know what?
Sense for Haiku.
Yeah, maybe you know what? Maybe I should give it. So what I was thinking was, I've got a couple of different tattoos, and I have not fully decided on how I'm going to dole them out. I've also got some kind of less OP ones that I've got in store as well, that I was thinking either I'm going to cherry pick them for you guys and just give you the tattoo that I think makes most sense for your character, or I might randomize it. I don't really want you guys just picking tattoos because it feels, first off, a little bit min-maxy, and I would prefer to keep that a little bit further away from our game. I don't want us to be thinking too much about min-maxing. But also, it's not very immersive, is it, for me to just be like, here's the list of magical items from this book, just pick one. Like, I'd much prefer for there to be a bit more immersion regarding the whole thing. So I've got some ideas.
She could know a few different tattoos and be like, these are the ones I can do.
Yes,
or she could be
but again,
like,
so the idea is that you guys have the tattoos already. You've got your matching tattoos, and she's willing to augment them, and give you this kind of magical touch. I've got a couple ideas. Don't worry too much about the ins and outs of that.
you know how when you go to a tattoo shop and if there's like certain days where it's like, if it's within this size, we'll do it for a flat rate, or it's like sometimes they're like not free, but like if you let me do whatever I want, it's only $20 or whatever. I feel like it's going to be like that. She's like, I've got an idea for you. Thanks for the diamond, kind of thing.
There's this thing on TikTok where there's a lot of tattoo shops that have like one of those like sweet machines that have the little plastic balls, and inside there's like different tattoos. So you just get like a lucky dip. So you like turn it and you get like a lucky dip tattoo. Could be like that, but like a magic lucky dip.
People are doing that in tattoos?
Yeah.
Damn. Imagine, Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at these tattoos again. So I think what I'll do is I will cherry pick. But there might be a bit of randomness to it. It might be that perhaps they aren't rules as written. Perhaps I come up with some of my own. Because I did just give you a shit ton of items and you are only level 9.
So
we'll see.
I'm
how
happy
that
with
goes.
it being a flavor tattoo.
Yeah.
Or not flavor, but like not being optimal. Like I'm happy with it being just like
a
fun thing.
like I said, I don't want to encourage min-maxing or
But if you give me something that lets me use a bow, I'm going to be upset.
Oh yes, no. So I won't. Well, that's the thing is, if I randomize it, then there's a chance that you guys are just going to get something boring or something you can't use.
Can you pick like a couple ones that would be like all right, and then randomize between those?
I've listed all the ones that. Well, the problem is that one that's I'd have to make lists for each individual person. That's what I'm planning on doing. It's just it's difficult to balance magical items when you DM the way that I do, which is you guys tend to have about a combat a day or a combat every couple of days. You don't have multiple combats in one day necessarily, which means that because D&D is not really balanced for that, and magical items aren't really balanced for that. Just because many magical items are like, you can use this once a day, then have a rest. And that's supposed to be like, in one of the 10 fights you have today, you can do a cool thing. Not every single day, every single combat you have, you'll be able to do a cool thing. So it's difficult to properly manage them without me making adjustments to the magical items.
True.
And I'd like to stay away from that if possible. So I'll have a look at them. I've got a couple of lined up. And it might just be that you pick up a tattoo that increases your lowest stat to something a bit more manageable. So you don't get too many minuses on your rolls. We'll see. But the tattoos, for the most part, are supposed to, not all of them, but some of them are supposed to be attuned to. So if you guys are reaching limits on your attunements, you might have to consider swapping something out. Is the repeating crossbow attuning? Yes, you can. Yeah. Okay. In rules as written, it's that you unattune to it and it comes off of your skin, and so it's like in a needle form, and you drop the needle on you and it tattoos it on you. And then you unattune to it and you have the needle off. I think that's what it is. I personally prefer the idea that you have a tattoo on you and it is augmented, and that you spend time to attune to it to access its magical abilities, because then you can have a tattoo that, even though you're not attuned to it, is on and is part of your character. Additionally, I don't then have to apply my idea of a tattoo to your character. You get to decide what it is that your tattoo looks like.
I don't think I have a single attuned magic item.
I think I've got one.
Perfect.
Well, unless the bag of holding is attuned.
No, bags of holding aren't attuned.
No.
Well, I mean, I guess not usually.
So the repeating crossbow is attuned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walking staff
is the spell focus. I should check this beforehand.
I don't think I'm attuned to anything.
Okay.
I don't think.
I think Randall's got a couple of items. That's why I mentioned it.
Do I?
You've got the talisman.
Oh, that's the one I was thinking. Okay, yeah. So I've got that and the walking staff, right?
Sure. The enhanced arcane focus needs attuning to 2.
Okay, so nearly that's one for you.
Yeah.
What does the repeating crossbow do? Does it just say what you say over and over? It's like a fucking Furby.
Oh my god. A Furby crossbow.
I want to see a comic of Oro getting frustrated with a crossbow that's just repeating her.
There's so many good prompts today, drawing prompts. Damn it.
You're supposed to have like 3 to 4 encounters a day, although an encounter is not always a fight. Where on the bodies are these tattoos going? So these tattoos, the players have already had their tattoos done. They all got matching tattoos. I don't know if Jenny has it on hand that she'd like to maybe show the stream. The matching tattoo you guys had. Maybe it's worth me nabbing it from you and putting it on Roll20 so I can just change the scene to that anytime that comes up. Just change the page and it'll load.
We could put it as a handout and then cause it to pop up for everyone.
That's true. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't use handouts in this as much as I should.
It's somewhere. I don't know where it is right now.
Okay. I think the only version I'll have is in our DMs somewhere.
I put it in Discord at some point.
Keep scrolling.
There's a version in at the RP channel. The last
Is
version.
there?
Yeah.
Oh.
But because it's got just a black outline version on it as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Oh,
it's such a cool tattoo as well. Wow. Wow.
There you go.
Look at that. Look how cool that is. It's all like written up as if it's in a notepad that Oro had with the little notes and stuff and the little drawing of Vince in the corner. Lovely. So we had Jenny drew up a matching tattoo idea for each of our players. Well, not for each of our players. A matching tattoo that they could all get that would incorporate parts of each of their players into it. And each of our players have that on them somewhere, which is convenient because we met Margaret, who was a tattoo artist. That's how that came about.
Yeah.
And she has offered to augment those tattoos and make them magical, which is that whole conversation.
Magic me up.
Thanks for the prompts command there, Grace. We've been I looked at the prompts again earlier today, and somebody last week, I believe, had entered a question that I didn't notice yet. I didn't notice until earlier today. Someone called Cycline gave us a prompt that was very good, and I was going to use it today, and then I thought of a better idea. Not because their prompt was bad, but because we were going to travel today, and I thought that question would be fun.
Yeah.
Does Nugget get a tattoo? That's a very good question. We actually had this discussion at the time, and I believe the outcome was we weren't going to tattoo Nugget because Nugget wasn't going to be able to consent at the time, and it seemed a bit weird to just be like, I'm going to put a tattoo on you without asking.
Yeah, I don't think I had my speak with animals spell.
You didn't have it attuned at the time.
Attuned at the time, so
readied.
Yeah.
Was that their full name? What? Oh my God! Was it Docs? Was it Docs? The whole name is C22H2 4N208.
This might be my best work.
Cycline.
Google the first bit. Copy the first bit and Google it.
It seems like a chemical compound.
It is.
It's like carbon 2, hydrogen 2.
Just tetracycline.
Recycling paper.
Oh, I need to close that.
Yeah, post it in chat.
Post it in chat. That's the name of the person that put it in. Docs has this thing where he really likes putting his name in as these suggestions, but not as his name.
Fun.
It is. I mean, it's very good. What's the last one that you put in? Mallard 5 or Mallard V?
Ducks 5.
Docs goes by Ducks 5.
Gotta disguise myself, otherwise I'll be favorited.
You're right. Shit.
Doxycycline is what the chemical's name is.
It's called what?
Doxycycline.
It's called doxycycline.
It's called doxycycline.
What?
Oh, when we Googled it, it said tetracycline.
What? Oh, when I
Yeah.
Google it, it doesn't say that. Ah.
Favoritism in your Google.
You have to change your name now to Tetra. Unlucky.
And then it looked and it says it's an antibiotic that can treat acne and skin. And I was like, is this Pox 5? Is that what this is? Like
Oh, it can be either. It didn't come up when I Googled it.
Oh no.
This is some of my best work. Oh, if you scroll all the way down to one of the okay, I see doxycycline and some of these.
Common side effects include vomiting, diarrhea, rash, and loss of appetite.
Can confirm.
Wow.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, tetracycline or doxycycline.
Damn it.
That's a word. Fucking hell.
Oh my God.
Maybe
Wow.
get permission and get Nugget a tattoo that lets Nugget talk.
Go get Nugget talking. Can you imagine? I'd have to do their accent so often, Tortu. You're killing me.
That's a
You're
good
good at it, so that's
thing.
fine.
You're killing
That's a good
me.
thing. Also, Adam said that, not Totti.
Oh. Sorry. I think the text moved up as I went to read your name, and it was replaced by Tortu. So I apologize.
See, D&D does teach you big words. Wow.
Do we want to try and read the one that Tortu just pasted in? Nope. Okay.
Insuloxocarbonate
Yeah, I got
Proof
to the
me
I think the
wrong.
end is.
One.
and then
Benzoxycarbonyl glutamate.
Yeah, I think the end is tyrosine.
Oh,
Glutamyl
miltyrosine.
tyrosine.
I read that as an I.
Carbonyl glutamyl tyrosine. Why am I
Interesting.
reading it from the back forward? I was like, tyrosine, got it. Glutamyl, got it. Carbonyl, got it. Loxy, benzyloxy carbonyl glutamyl tyrosine. There you go.
I started trying to read the one Adam pasted, and my mind went supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Now I don't even want to. I'm just gonna accept that that was what you said. I'm not even gonna look at the real word.
Excellent. Okay, well, we've gone a little bit over time here, and some of us aren't going to be happy about that. So, sorry, dogs.
that's all right.
Let's get out of here. It's been a pleasure, everybody. A lot of fun.
Yes.
I'm sorry we were a little bit late today, but like I said, life happens. We will endeavor to play next week. Question mark? Are we playing next week? Someone got
I think
something?
so.
No,
I think so.
Yeah. All right, good. I remember we've had this discussion before, I think, Adam. I remember. Oh no, it was Hazo. Hazo has memorized that word so he can say it.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
That's it. That's where I remember it from. Hazo
Did it come up in
memorized that.
Jackbox? Is that where that came from?
I think it did. I think it came up in Jackbox.
All
I
right.
think you know what I think it was. I think as a prompt, I googled it to be annoying and then put it into the thing. And he had previously he'd found it, put it into. Yes, he found
Was it
it.
not
It was-
Gartic?
oh my god, no!
No,
it was-
Anyway.
it was
the one-
Jackbox. Sorry.
Anyway,
What a
Anyway.
legend!
Any
What a
niche.
legend! Honestly, very niche. Anyway, it's been a
Curtains going
pleasure,
down.
everybody.
Let's go.
Bye everyone. See you next week.
Okay,
Thanks
bye.
for chilling. Bye.
Yeah.